GLP-1s, PDA, and more. Designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. With our low T treatments combined with our body composition programs, most men notice real improvements. More energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and often a renewed sex drive as well. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Future therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
We've got a warm and sunny day ahead. Temperatures well above average in the upper 50s. Plenty of sunshine, and that wind is staying light. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burse.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver. This is 630 KHOW, Denver's talk station, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. It's the latest volley in the back and forth between the White House and the Fed. Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman, saying that the Fed has been served with subpoenas from the Department of Justice. He says on their face it's about some of his testimony to Congress. But in a recorded message, Powell said overnight there's something else.
This is about whether the Fed will be able to continue to set interest rates based on evidence and economic conditions, or whether instead monetary policy will be directed by political pressure or intimidation.
President Trump says he knows nothing about it. He also says he wants Iran to negotiate with Washington now as the government crackdown on protests continues. Thousands of nurses in 3 hospital systems in New York City are now on strike. The nurses are walking off the job over what they say are unmanageable workloads and workplace safety. Paramount Skydance just won't give up. The company is taking another step in its hostile takeover bid of Warner Brothers Discovery, saying it will name its own slate of directors before the next shareholder meetings. This is ABC News. The spring semester starts today at Texas A&M University, where they're now banning some writings of one of the world's most well-known philosophers. Here's ABC's Jim Ryan in Dallas.
Texas A&M philosophy professor Martin Peterson has been told not to teach certain writings from Plato because they may violate the school's new policy against advocating race or gender ideology. Plato wrote in the 4th century BC that there are more than 2 biological sexes. Peterson's boss has told him that may go too far.
Investigations are still underway into a fire at Mississippi's largest synagogue in the city of Jackson. The arson team is going through the ashes looking for evidence. Paul Thomas Anderson's ragtag revolutionary saga, one battle after another, took top honors at last night's Golden Globe Awards in the comedy category. Anderson also became just the second filmmaker to sweep director, screenplay, and film. As a producer at the Globes, Oliver Stone's the only other person to have done that for Born on the 4th of July. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel you attract people who tend to be compulsive or abusive?
Do you have money problems because of someone else's drinking?
Are you afraid or embarrassed to bring your friends home?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
More than half of all adults have a family history of alcoholism.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too. Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
Adams County officials are investigating a shooting that's left a man dead and 3 other people hurt. Deputies responding yesterday morning to reports of a shooting at a house near 96th and Strasburg Road. 1 person was pronounced dead at the scene and 3 others were taken to the hospital with gunshot wounds. Police have not said whether they have any suspects. Drivers will want to ease off the gas on Highway 119 between Boulder and Longmont as new speeding zones go into effect today.
You'll receive a $75 ticket if you're caught speeding 10 10 miles an hour or more over the speed limit. Now, since this program began, CDOT says high speeds have actually dropped more than 80% in the 119 work zone between here and Boulder and Longmont. Average speeds along the diagonal highway now sit between 53 to 56, dropping an average 8 miles per hour in the first month.
Fox 31's Kasha Carriage, CDOT implemented a warning period back in the summer to get drivers accustomed to slowing down.
Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, big crash on the turnpike, just clearing up now, opening up the lanes. We're still looking at a hefty backup, though, coming from Westminster to Broomfield. Still pretty sluggish there, so hopefully it'll start picking up a little bit. I-25 south into downtown through 20th Street. A little slow, 270 east coming off I-76 also. And C-470 looks much better also, where we had a crash near Broadway, but all lanes are finally open there. The rock scaling is done. The I-70's been reopened, still feeling the effects there if you're heading down Floyd Hill. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
The headlines are serious and the stakes are real. Join me on the Tudor Dixon Podcast as we break down the fallout from the ICE shooting in Minnesota, what happens next in Venezuela, and how fast New York City could crumble with Mamdani in charge. Listen and subscribe to the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You could win $1,000.
Oh, really? Excellent. That's awesome.
9 chances a day to win $1,000. Listen weekdays 9 a.m. through 5 p.m.
It's that easy.
On Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW. Sponsored by Window Nation.
You'd love new windows, but don't want to pay a fortune for them. Well, during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 Windows free sale, you could also get 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Hurry, sale ends soon, so schedule your free estimate now at windownation.com.
A wave of new wealth awaits you with honest answers on how to make real estate investments the smart way, fully managed, safe, and secure. Find out more on the Vestera Turnkey Show, Saturday mornings at 8 on Talk Radio 630 KHOW.
Hi, Dan Cicchini with Dunright. Great pricing options and bank financing? You bet. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, finished basements, windows, and doors. Done right since 1985. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. Visit drhi.com. Thanks.
Hey guys, this is Dave Logan here for Colorado Advanced Endovascular. Now, if you're dealing with symptoms of an enlarged prostate, and I'm talking about frequent urination or a weak stream, or maybe it's keeping you up at night, I've got some great news for you. There's a breakthrough procedure called prostate artery embolization, or PAE. What it does is targets and reduces blood flow to the prostate, and then it shrinks over time. It's done through a tiny pinhole. And the good news for you is you get to go home the same day, and most men see improvement within just a few weeks. Go to coloradoae.com, schedule a consultation to take the first step toward urinary relief, and get back to sleeping through the night. That's coloradoae.com.
Now, here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, HAPPY. That's HAPPY. Enter it now.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. What is going on in your life and how can we help you? That's what I ask each and every day. Been asking it for 45 years. I would bring in the studio cam, except Mark is sideways. He looks like he's going to throw up his food, but in any case, just have to adjust the orientation on the studio cam. Marc Mager. Other than you standing sitting sideways, what is going on? What's happening in your life? What is making you tick today?
Well, I'll tell you, I cannot wait for Cuba to have a Trump Tower. That would be what I've been thinking about this weekend. And how much per night would it be in Cuba?
So are they talking about establishing vacations in Cuba and having a Trump Tower?
Well, not literally, but it is a thought and it is a wish of mine that there was a Trump Tower there, yes. And I think the people of Cuba would absolutely love that as well.
Cuba. Okay. By the way, I always start out the year hopeful that it's going to be a great year. Of course, after my past year, anything's going to be an improvement, and I won't get into all that. But welcome to the show, okay? One of the things that we're dedicated to doing here, and we do it a lot with our advertising and our referral list, we love really rewarding good businesses. We love businesses that do things the right way. And you know what's funny is a lot of businesses that do things the wrong way in my opinion, put more effort into cheating people than if they just did it the right way. So it's not like these scammers are lazy. They're not lazy. It seems like they can't or they won't do things the right way. Mark, over the years, you have spent with me and all of the years of the radio show as well. Does it ever astound you the incredible lengths people go to cheat others? And it's not an easy path.
Some people, most companies, I do not think are outright ripoffs.
Oh,
well,
no,
most
that's right.
In general are.
No, that's right.
But the ones that do,
it's
amazing.
And isn't it amazing that doing it the right way would take the same effort? It's almost like, what are they getting around? Now contractors, which for all of 2025, this was the number one complaint in all of 2025. Contractors taking money, doing little or no work. Okay? It really. So if it stands to reason, if you did not pay money up front, you have a good chance of not being ripped off. That's not 100%, but it's pretty damn strong when you pay and get nothing. Why do people do it? There are people that do it without anything in writing. They do it without full names. They don't know where people bank. They don't know where people buy supplies. They don't protect themselves at all. And I often wonder, what is it that makes people, and I've done some research on this, not just AI, but in my own records. What is it that make people trust? What is it? Why do they trust certain people? Why is it? Now, I can't find anything definitive as far as specifics. For example, I always had a saying, not a saying, but whatever you call with the initials, amen, and each letter stands for something. I'll figure out what that's called. Anyway, an acronym, is that what it is? Anyway, amen, I said, stands for things that should be important to a business. A being appearance. You can tell a lot by appearances. You really, really can. For example, if a mechanic shop is really sloppy and disorganized, it does tell you something. A contractor's truck or a contractor's way of doing business or how they treat the job site can tell you a lot. This all comes under the A in amen for appearance. Appearances can tell you a lot. The appearance of the person themselves. Are they neat? Are they buttoned up? Do they respect you and the workplace? They don't have to wear a three-piece suit, obviously, but appearance plays a big part. And going back to these problems, almost every one of these bad contractors had a problem with appearance. Not all of them, but a good number of them started out with a poor appearance. People will even mention it. Oh, I couldn't believe his shop. I don't know how he found anything. And people complain. Appearance is a big deal. And that's the A in amen. And the M, over the years, it came to mean communication, which stands for mouth. I just did it to fit into the word amen. And people using their mouth. Now, when there is a problem, the M standing for mouth means they don't use it. They don't use their mouth. They don't ask questions. They don't demand information from contractors. It's amazing how little people find out about people they're doing business with. Let's go to Barbara. And again, callers always get priority. And we have a couple numbers. 303. When we're on the air here, you can just get right through in the iHeart studio at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And of course, you can also call 303 Martino, and you can call that 24/7, 303-627-8466. Okay, Barbara, I guess we have an email I can refer to, but why don't you get started on your problem? What's going on, Barbara?
Yeah, Tom, I sent you 2 emails.
Okay.
So,
and
with
just tell me your story, and I'll be digging through my email to find it. What's going on with you?
The first one shows him in. Well, my neighbor, he has installed on the ground cement his fence. Instead of doing 4x4s, he's actually attaching it to my cement, which is causing it to crack even more. It's about 45 years old.
I see this. These pictures are a mess. Now, you have a shed on your property on your cement or not?
No, that's his property.
Okay. And
the garage is.
And you don't like the idea that he attached his fence to your building or to your what are you upset about? What did he attach?
He's attaching it to my ground cement.
Okay. So
he's claiming excuse me, he's about 5 inches. He claims that it's his property where the cement is, it's been there for 45 years, and I think he's wrong. I did check with Jefferson County.
Yeah. Do you have a survey?
Surveys. There's no survey on it.
No survey. Okay.
Pardon me?
Okay, there's no survey.
No, there's no survey, and I checked with Jefferson County to see if one was recorded. No recorded surveys.
How long have you owned the property?
Survey.
How long have you owned the property?
15 years, and I estimate he's been there probably maybe 22 years or so.
When you moved in, you went through your closing docs. You don't have any survey at all?
No, and Jefferson County does not have a survey ever done on this property.
Well, Jefferson County isn't the one that does the survey, so it doesn't surprise me that they don't have a survey. That doesn't affect it at all. Usually, it's the homeowner who has a survey done. Initially, they have it done to make sure improvements are on the proper property. The lenders want to make sure that all of the improvements are on the property, and they want to make sure that it's not encroaching. So back through the years, they would mostly be required by lenders. Do you owe money on this house?
No, I do not.
Did you buy it back when you bought it? Did you buy it without a loan?
I did have a loan for like 6 months, and then I paid it off when I sold my other home.
Okay. So here's the way
that
you
was in 2011.
I'm going to tell you how to handle this. You may not like it, but it's the proper way to do it. And we can actually get Brad O'Brien on if he's around. He's our real estate attorney. Let's try to get him on. But I will bring you up, and we'll figure out what to do with this. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, Barbara, just hang in there, and then we'll talk to you. Dr. Joel Cherdak today, denverregen.com, is our guest today. And he'll be talking about stem cell therapy, also weight loss drugs for pennies on the dollar. Right now, it seems like every couple of weeks we hear about a new drug. I want to know how many actual drugs there are. There are many brand names, but how many actual base level GLP-1s, or are there other things other than GLP? We'll talk about that with Dr. Joel Cherdak and more right after this.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed, or your money back. Only $59.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, late-day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also stop smoking with hypnosis. This hypnosis is designed to destroy your desire to smoke. Sunday, January 18th, Omni Interlochen Hotel in Broomfield. Weight loss 11 a.m., stop smoking 2 p.m. And Monday, January 19th, Homewood Suites by Hilton Airport in Denver. Weight loss 5:30 p.m., stop smoking 8 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Hey, if you are ever in trouble with the law, don't try to take things into your own hands. You need an attorney. Listen, that's all I'm going to say. You need an attorney. Now, whether you need him or you're going to refer him, I want you to take down this name and remember how he does business. His name is Joe Lazzara, Lazzara. Lazzara. Now, Joe will talk to you initially up front for no cost, no obligation at all. He'll answer your questions. If you decide to hire him, he will quote you a flat rate for the entire case. That's Joe Lazzara. Find him at referralist.com or call him 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200.
Joe Chiano, my friend, I was thinking about the stock market and annuities. You know something I hear a lot, Joe, and I'm not kidding around. Something that I hear as well, when the stock market's doing great like it is now, if I'm in an annuity, nothing happens. Well, the bottom line is that's not true. When the stock market goes up, the account value of that annuity goes up. There's no doubt about it. The difference is, and I mean this, the difference is when the stock market goes down, and we all know when it becomes close to retirement, you know, you want something a level playing field all the time. But the bottom line is when it goes down, the annuity ratchets in, and you don't lose a penny. You stop right as the market, you go, you participate as the market goes up, and you don't lose a dime when it goes down. Joe, retirement planning has changed, and it really has. Tell me about that.
It really has. You know, Mark, just like any other thing in the world, you know, time changes things. And a lot of things get better, a lot of things don't get better. But I can tell you right now, the retirement planning has changed. You see, at the beginning, people used to think about accumulating money all the time. I want to accumulate all this pot of money. I want to accumulate. And they forgot that when they got to be close to retirement, that they needed not the accumulation, they needed an income, a guaranteed income for the rest of their life.
I know, and I love it, and I love some of the benefits, like the 15% bonus on the annuity that you sell. And then on top of that, the other thing I really love is the long-term care rider that goes on there. There's a lot of different things to think about retirement, but the closer you get to pulling the trigger on retirement, the more you're going to want something guaranteed and always stable, that guaranteed check coming in every single month to the day you die. Give Joe and Jordan a call over at mymoneymyway.com or call them right now. Ask the questions, 303-779-6600. You're going to love these guys, 303-779-6600.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. More than 1 million people are now part of healthcare sharing because it just makes so much sense, especially right now. And MediShare is the gold standard. Members like it a lot. We know this from member surveys. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It is a proven thing. And if you join before January 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fees.
Go ahead, that did it.
Forgot.
Have you ever heard of Jayco RV?
Sure, it's a manufacturer, Jayco.
Okay, all right.
It's not a, I don't believe, I mean, they might have.
I don't think they have location.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
I don't know how to spell it.
Jayco, I believe.
Well, that's what I did, but I don't know if J and Co.
That's what it is.
It's fine.
She wrote Gayco.
How dare you?
What?
I'm trying here.
How dare you?
Hey, that word used to mean happy.
How dare you?
Remember when they were happy?
My God.
Not so much now, huh? Drive, baby, drive.
Oh, my God. Shannon?
What? Isn't that what you asked me to do to you today?
Well, before you determined that I was not explicit enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you need a ride home and you don't say what day it is, and I say, sure, I'm happy to help, then it's
okay.
Can we get Joe Lazar on to talk to what is going to happen to me after I take care of this problem?
Oh, let's. I would welcome
You sound labored, Tom.
What's that, Mark?
You sound a little labored. Less
Well, he's just trying to pull up his zipper.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Oh, well.
Do you have Princess?
She's not around right now. I don't know where she is.
Do you
Probably in a
ever
better
think
place.
if you eat Chinese,
She's in a better
it ain't
place.
pork or chicken but a fat Siamese?
Here we
Oh
go.
my
Running
God,
late.
stop it.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. I'm here to help you any way we can. We really have people that stand by, that get involved in your cases. You know, no other media does this. Barbara, I have Brad
She
O'Brien
hung
on.
up.
Oh, she did hang up. Okay. Well, I'm gonna bring up Brad O'Brien. Anyway, Brad, when we talk about encroachment all the time. All the time. You know, my neighbor has a shed and encroaches on my property, or my neighbor has a slab or a fence. In this case, she's upset because the neighbor anchored his fence to her concrete, and she believes he's encroaching on her property. Now, the slab has been there for years, but he went about 6 inches in on the slab, and he claims that's the property line, and he just put a fence up. That's what he did. And she says that's not right. If you look at the pictures, you can clearly see a chain link fence, and there's about 8 to 10 inches of concrete on one side of the chain link, and then the rest of his slab on the other side, or excuse me, hers. So I guess what I'm asking you is, when this guy went to put that fence up, was he required to get a building permit and to show an improvement survey, or can people just go ahead and put up a fence?
Well, it depends on what town you're in, whether or not a permit is required to put up a fence. A lot of municipalities do require a permit, like in Denver.
This is Jefferson County, unincorporated Jefferson County.
I'm not sure about it unincorporated. But it does make a whole lot of sense to locate your corners, your corner pins, the surveyor-placed corner pins when you're putting up a fence. And oftentimes you can find it yourself because it looks like a dime-sized metal pin that would be in the sidewalk in the front of your house or somewhere in the front corner, and in the back there'd be a similar type thing buried. And you can find it yourself, and if you can't, you can call out a surveyor who can locate it for you and place a wooden stake out there with a little ribbon and locate that for you.
Hey, Brad, what happens if there's not a monument?
Well, then you can have a surveyor come out and place one for you.
Got it.
They go back. What they do is they go back to the latest one. Could be a few blocks away. It could be a mess. It could cost her a lot of money. And then what he does is he goes off of the most recent established marker or monument. He takes that and he then extrapolates that out to the affected property. And while you're having it done, you may as well have all of the borders done at the same time. But the onus is on her or on him. Can she just say, I want you to move it, or prove to me it's on my property? Or does she have to prove that it's on her property? Who has to do that?
Well, the starting point for anybody who's going to complain is to find out where the property line is, and you really have to find those two corner markers to know where the property line is. So if this lady's going to complain that this anchor is in the wrong spot, she kind of needs to know where the property line is, and so it behooves her to find out where those corner pins are and to stake out those two corners and put a string from one corner pin to the other. Pull a string for like the whole distance so you can actually see what's the encroachment.
Let's say it is encroaching. What would happen? What are her next steps?
Well, being neighborly, you ought to just go over there and talk with your neighbor about it. You know, can you do something about this encroachment? If it's a little bit of concrete that's encroaching, maybe someone can bring a saw out there and just sort of cut off the encroaching part. Or a fence, maybe the fence can easily be kind of pulled back.
But if it's on her property, the fence is on her property, and it encroaches her property, she can make them move it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Barbara, here's the problem. She's back now. The problem is, you have to bring your proof. You have to have a survey done on your own. It's not up to the county. It's yours. And you have to go back to the most recent monument, and they have to certify this survey and basically relay your property line. But before you do that, there's no sense talking, because then there's a whole slew of things you do after that. But the very first thing, I like to take things one step at a time. The very first thing is to talk to a surveyor and find out what it will cost. Now, you can have just that property line done, or you can have them do, all of your property lines. Have you talked to a surveyor?
I would just have that one line done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
sometimes
it's not that much more to have the rest of it done. But if you only need one side done, that's all you have to do.
Can you recommend a surveyor?
Oh, man, I used to know surveyors all day long. Mark, do we have any surveyors on referralist.com?
No, we don't.
Well, that's not good.
No, it's not. And I wonder if David's company is still in business. His name was David Archer Associates. I'm finding it right here. You know what?
Maybe he could recommend
Hold on. His company's still open. I know, but he'll know people.
Okay.
He's in Castle Rock. Now, I don't know if it's him or someone else. I don't know if it's called David Archer and Associates. I've used this guy dozens of times over the years for my subdivisions and land development. David Archer, Archer, like the archer with the bow. And let me just give you that number real quick. He probably will know how to find someone, or he may cover the metro area. Here's the number, 303-688-4642.
How long's that fence been there, and was there a fence there prior?
It's been a conflict with this neighbor. So if you can see those pictures, I put up the chain link.
No, I understand. Yeah. Wait. You put up the chain link?
On the cement after he put up his rickety 7-foot fence or whatever it is.
Okay.
You can tell.
So whose slab of concrete is it? Yours or his?
It's my slab. I mean, it's my concrete. It's been there for like 45 years.
I know, but why did you put a fence on it? Why did you put a fence on it?
Because he, as you can see from those pictures, he was encroaching on my property, putting up his rickety fence, using my property.
Oh, that wooden fence. Okay, so that rickety wooden fence.
Yeah, the wooden fence. All that mess.
I get it. So that wooden fence, I'm gonna try to figure this out and download it and put it up. But basically, the rickety wooden fence is the one that he put up, and then you did the chain link fence. What did he say after you did the chain link fence? What did he say?
Nothing.
Yeah, why would he care? It's a nice fence.
No, but it's on his. But according to him, Mark, it's encroaching on his property, and it goes right up over his slab. So, he didn't complain at all? Then why don't you just leave it alone? Take his fence down and just leave the chain link up.
Well, the fence is on his side, though. His fence is on his side.
Yes, correct. The fence is on his side. After this big wind we had about 2 weeks ago, it fell down, and he's going to be reattaching it. And
she doesn't want to reattaching it to the cement.
Guy, but I don't want to do that.
Was it attached to the cement before it blew down?
Yes, he did.
And it's been there. Hold on, I just want to make sure I'm understanding this.
Pictures.
And it's been there 40. Yeah. I'm looking at the damn pictures. Has it been there 45 years though?
Not. The ground cement has been there for about 45 years.
How about his fence?
The rickety wood cedar fence he put up has been there, say, 2 years.
Okay.
And he attached it to my cement. And I didn't like that then.
Okay, so you put up your fence. You put up your fence. So what's the big deal? It's over. What? Tell me what you have to do.
He is making my cement crack, and if you can see, I'm black tar in the cracks quite a bit. And he's going to do it. He's going to attach it again.
But why does he have to put up his fence at all if you have a fence?
Because the city, he has about 10 cars there, junk cars, and they said you must cover them up with a fence, otherwise, you're in violation.
Yeah, I call the city again because it looks like hell. It does. The whole property looks like a meth house.
I know, but I'm putting it up on YouTube for those with YouTube, and you can see it. On the left is that wooden fence. That's hers. Then there's part of her concrete slab and the iron.
No, the left on the my fence is the chain link only.
I know it, but on the left side is his fence.
Yes.
Look at that awning. I mean, his house looks like it's falling apart. He's got
it's
got cars just everywhere that look like they haven't been driven for a million years. It makes Sanford and Son's place look like Trump Tower.
Anyway, I really think you got to start.
And he's a millionaire, by the way. He's a millionaire in real estate.
Yeah, and I'm the king of France.
Okay. Well,
he
listen.
owns his house and his mother's house.
Well, that must make him a millionaire because this certainly is a mansion. Listen, I showed people the picture on the YouTube stream and I took it down. So basically, what I don't even want to get into this because it's too complicated, because here's what you did. When you put your fence up, you put it toward your property. You actually took away. His fence was actually more on his side than yours is. Why did you set your fence back into your property? Why didn't you put it right on the line?
Because the installer said that the cement was weak already, and he wanted to put it in where just the cement blocks were. So that's why he pushed it in somewhat.
All right, but
my
if you just leave it,
neighbor is
you just leave it alone, who cares? Just leave your chain link fence up and go about your merry business. Why do you care what he does with that wooden fence? Why do you care?
Because it looks
Number
like
one,
crap.
Okay.
Well,
why
Mark,
do I
that's
care?
Mark.
Number
If
one.
she's gonna, don't stop at the fence.
I keep patching it. It's going to crack. I don't want to pay. I don't want to get a new ground cement in there. So I keep cracking it. I've got pictures of the cracks, too.
And what's causing the cracks? What's causing the cracks other than it's 50 years old?
Because he's drilling into with screws holding up that fence. He is not using.
Did you ask him why does he need a fence at all? Did you ask him?
Because the city mandates that he cover up his junk,
so
I don't have to look at it, so no one can look at it.
All right.
So.
Well,
and so he's mad about that.
Here's
so
the bottom
trying
line.
to put it.
You have to pay for a survey, and then you have to go after him. That's really what you have. There's no easy way around it. You have to contact an engineer, do a survey, but once you prove it's on your property, now you have to take a quiet title action. You need to go to court, and this whole thing's going to cost you more than 10 grand easily more than 10 grand. I'm going to tell you, we got to take this break, but you think it's going to be easy? Oh no, it's not going to be easy. By the way, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, will do a market analysis of your home. And all you have to do is ask him, 303-920-1622. If you want to know what your house will sell for, he will do it. All you have to do is ask. And it's a detailed analysis. 303-920-1622. Our guest today is denverregen.com, and I have a couple facts for texts for him we'll go to right after this.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, we have another rock scaling closure. This will be the second one. It is stopped right at the Veteran Memorial Tunnels. That's at the bottom of Floyd Hill, basically. And we are starting to see the backups both directions. Should be another maybe 10 or 15 minutes before they reopen. be prepared if you are heading west. US 6 west of Golden, Clear Creek Canyon construction does have some traffic tied up also. Other than that, the volume is very light here. The earlier problem on the turnpike's clear, so no new problems as far as accidents. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
The headlines are serious and the stakes are real. Join me on the Tudor Dixon Podcast as we break down the fallout from the ice shooting in Minnesota, what happens next in Venezuela, and how fast New York City could crumble with Mamdani in charge. Listen and subscribe to the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I want to tell you something I'm doing with Wave 8 Wealth Management, also known as Wave 8 Capital. And you can go to wave8capital.com. And I'm going to give you a phone number. But here's what we're doing that no one else is doing. No one. And I mean no one. We are a fiduciary advisor, which means we have to put your interest first. But here's what we do. We can take a fictitious amount of money and pretend we were investing for you using exactly what we have been doing and then back test it. So we can show you our strategy and what it and how it performs. And it's realistic. It's actual trades made over the last 3 to 5 years, in some cases 10 years. Then you can compare to what you've been doing. It's that easy. Shop around. 303-771-HELP, 771-4357, wave8capital.com.
Thank you. 4695 South Monaco.
Hey, man, how are you?
Suite 400. Yeah. SWEET, by the way. And that is Denver. 80237. 80237. Yep. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Well, we don't need to tell too many people because that one is a great address for, shaking a tail. Do you know what I mean? If someone's following you, you give them that address and they will never find you again. Great. Dead end. Because the ex-wife moved. She was there for years after the divorce, and so it was a great address for everything. But she moved, and so now I don't have a decent drop.
No general anesthesia, no incisions in the genital area. It's all done through a tiny pinhole in your wrist or groin.
I will be there on my birthday, which is the 23rd. A couple of Fridays from now, we'll be there for the rodeo. And I wish I went more often. Every year I say the same thing. If I'm not there for the full 2 weeks living in a trailer in the back lot, I've done something wrong. Well, I've done something wrong again. I'm not there every day.
ColoradoAE.com to schedule your free consultation. Once again, go to ColoradoAE.com, schedule a free consultation, and take the first step toward relief. That's ColoradoAE.com. Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront loan?
Oh, that's great.
20% loan per year, all for your retirement income?
I
Then you can become a trading well. I'm just being your founder of Trading Well. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years,
no, we've been tied to them pretty good for the last
Hey, D.
few decades.
Go ahead, D. Your mic's on. Mark's asking for you.
Oh, hang on, Mark. I need to put my headphones on. Okay, now I can hear.
The JDI went out and redid the guy's 3 windows, and they're going to redo the other ones.
That is awesome. That was fast.
And that guy's not the fucking owner. Can you believe that shit? Totally. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, I know.
In the text, even in the text, the guy sent it said that.
Yeah.
Figure that one out.
That guy sounds like a D-bag. We should have called TSA on him.
What is it all about?
Oh, it's an interesting case on, we had a follow-up on Friday about this really awful Windows installation with terrible pictures. But Mark got a hold of the owner of the company on Friday.
Yes.
And Mark just told me, even though today is Monday morning, a bunch of the work has already been fixed, and they're going to fix the rest in the near future.
So he's standing behind his word.
Oh, yeah, the actual owner of the company. But the salesman who interfaced with the consumer represented himself as the owner of the company.
Oh.
And it turns out...
Did they fire this guy?
No, he's like their top salesman. And he's been there for 10 years. Say, Mark.
Mark, yeah.
Did you say I could ask Shannon to see if he has some passes for the stock show?
Oh, that should be.
I'm buying my own.
No, he does not.
$80.
He doesn't.
They don't
I'll
have.
ask
They don't
somebody
have
else.
extra passes.
No.
That's weird. How the mighty have fallen.
No, man. We used to get tons of them.
Well, yeah, because we used to have a booth set up there for 2 weeks straight.
And do live.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They pulled
I
out.
want to go down there and squeeze a pig again.
No, don't squeeze a pig.
I want to squeeze a pig.
Shannon the pig squeezer.
Well, hey, listen, sister, I got to run and keep making radio magic. I'll be around, okay? Never, ever.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK with Major Marc Mager. And Mark, who do we have in the studio? Do you have any deputies standing by? I have deputy
Zero zip zilch.
I have Deputy D here, and then I also have deputy, not deputy, but Dr. Joel Cherdak with DenverRegen.com. Someone wants to know, how do you decide when to do PRP as opposed to stem cell? For those listening, this is really important. PRP is a very, very interesting and effective regenerative type of procedure. And what that stands for is platelet-rich plasma, PRP. How do you decide what to do?
Typically, it's going to be based upon how bad the injury is. So if we're dealing with a small muscle tear, if we're dealing with chronic inflammation like a tennis elbow or a golfer's elbow, chronic tendonitis, chronic inflammation like that, PRP works really well. But if you're talking about degenerative arthritis that's severe, or a torn ligament or a torn muscle, it's just not going to be a strong enough application for it to really be long-term effective. So that's kind of that's generally what we look at.
But don't you mix some PRP in with stem cells anyway?
We use it with every stem cell procedure that we do, because it acts like fertilizer.
A booster?
It's a booster. It gets the stem cells to start working faster.
Okay, and
there are growth factors in there that aid in the healing.
Okay, so yeah, there are definitely growth factors, but there are times you can do just PRP.
Yes,
and it's effective.
Yeah,
and it's much more inexpensive, right? Because the extraction is easier.
Yeah, it's just a blood draw.
Okay. Now there are also times, I remember, I think you did it with my hair, where you do my stem cells, you do PRP, which is also my red blood cells, platelets, and then you also did some regenerative juices that you bring into the clinic. You don't pretend that they are living stem cells, but they do have regenerative properties. What are they called?
So what we add to our stem cell procedures, one thing that we add are exosomes.
Okay, that's what it is. Exosomes.
Exosomes, which are growth factors.
They're growth factors, and they're originally stem cells, right?
They're derived from stem cells. So
Right.
they're the chemical.
So that, because I gave a bad name to clinics that ship in regenerative medicine, because I said it's impossible to get real stem cell therapy by shipping them in, which is true. You can't rely on those fluids to deliver living stem cells.
That's correct.
But exosomes are from living stem cells.
Yes.
And combined with PRP and your own stem cells, man, look what it did for my hair. People are amazed that, remember we did it, and you said, Joel, you said, Tom, you're pretty thin. I don't know what it's going to do, but let's try it. Let's try it. I mean, we've had great success, you said, and hell, it worked.
It did. It regrew your hair.
I mean, it did. I mean, it not just regrew what I had, it filled in some empty spots.
Yeah.
I was a real believer. And then, of course, I'm a real believer in the actual therapy for my back. I mean, I swear to God, I almost didn't go for my surgery, but my back was so jacked up that I really did need that replacement of that facet joint. And I'm glad I did it. But man, I'm telling you, it got me out of pain. And I'm living proof, two things, the hair regeneration and the back. You helped me on both. It's just amazing. The thing about the back, I need to bring up to people. It happened 3 to 4 months later, and I almost didn't give you credit because I told you I said, Joel, my back's getting better on its own. I said, and you said, it's not on its own. Don't you forget you had stem cell therapy. So it can take up to 4 months.
It can take for a lower back. It typically takes about 6 to 8 weeks. For you, it did take a little bit longer than typical.
Well, no, I had a little improvement, 6 to 8 weeks, but the major improvement came about 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
Okay, Robin, let's start with you, and then this Jayco RV. What's going on, Robin? What's happening?
Brand new Jayco.
Really?
In
When did you buy it?
2024.
2024. Okay.
In February of 2024.
Okay. Where did you buy it?
It was in a Kansas City RV show.
Okay. Okay. And what happened?
Who put the show on? Was it Camping World?
No, it was a mixture of all different ones. So I actually bought it from an RV dealer, Trailside RV. Well, we bought it and immediately started having trouble. Contacted them, which they encouraged me into contacting Jayco because it was warranty stuff.
Yeah.
It's taken them over a year.
All right, hold on.
in.
Let me come right back to you. Let's talk about this and what we can do for you. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Gravina's has the greatest windows, and I mean that. If you want great windows or siding or doors, Gravina's 950 West Evans.
Yep.
Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, we have another rock scaling closure. This will be the second one. It is stopped right at the Veteran Memorial Tunnels. That's at the bottom of Floyd Hill, basically. And we are starting to see the backups full direction. Should be another maybe 10 or 15 minutes before they reopen. Be prepared if you are heading west. US 6 west of Golden, Clear Creek Canyon construction does have some traffic tied up also. Other than that, the volume is very light here. The earlier problem on the turnpike's clear, so no new problems as far as accidents. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Saphier.
Your health deserves facts and not fear. Join me, Dr. Nicole Saphier, on Wellness Unmasked as we break down the latest health and wellness news and headlines, what matters, what doesn't, and what you need to know. Listen and subscribe to Wellness Unmasked on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, a lot of people are wondering if they should refinance or not, or should they go out and get a new loan if they're looking for a place or wait. Here's what I love about shopping. The numbers won't lie. So try U.S. Mortgages. They're a great company, withstood the test of time, and have them give you a quote on a term, on an interest rate. Right now, for example, they have a 5-year fixed at 4.99% or below. I say or below because it can be below at the time they quote you, and they'll lock you in at that, 4.99% or below. And that 4.99 is 6.04 APR. That'll help you get into a place for a pretty good rate. Now, if rates go down, you can refi out of it anytime you want. In fact, as a customer of U.S. Mortgages, you are in the lowest rate for life program. If rates go down even by 0.5%, you know what they do? Refinance you free of charge, no lender fees, no appraisals, and there's no limit to the number of times you can use it. Call my friends right now, 303 low rate. 303 low rate. Online, usmloan.com. Do you know what a shoulder season is? It's a transition from one season to another. And usually it's not really hot or not really cold. This has been one of the longest shoulder seasons in history, but it's time for you to take advantage of Fix It 24/7 and their extreme clean, tune, and check. Yes, the cold will come and you will need it. And you'll also need your AC, which depends on your furnace. So get the extreme clean, tune, and check for just $39 if you've never had it done. They get the dirt out. And then find out about qualifying to get 2 playoff tickets as well. FixMyHome.com. Book now. FixMyHome.com. Book now.
Man, I am happy to tell you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Denver Regenerative.
Mark.
Yeah, man.
Hey, did you guys already discuss Trump's demand to credit card companies?
Oh, the 10%. I don't see that happening.
Yeah,
Trump's demand.
but it's a really nice move if you can get it done.
Yeah, I don't see. I part ways on that for one reason.
Mm-hmm.
I own a shitload of Bank of America. I'm not kidding in that.
I believe you, but man, they're having.
I don't think the federal government should be able to regulate what a company makes. I think that's a bad fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? I can only sell advertising now for X amount. I can only sell a Big Mac for X amount. It's kind of fucked up.
Well, they do have usury laws now. He's just making them. He wants to make them more strict.
Yeah, 30% interest on a credit card is unconscionable.
$150 for a steak at Shanahan's is the same way then.
No, that's different. That's a nice steak.
Okay. No. What I'm saying is, right now there are laws on the books that do regulate interest, and that's just the way it is. I mean, if you want to extend it to steaks, go ahead. But the point is that there are laws, and what he wants to do is stiffen those laws. But there's all kinds of usury laws. You would think that if a credit card company wanted to be competitive, they could make a shitload of money and they could do it on their own. But I don't know. Maybe they figure they don't have to do it and they're still getting business and making money hand over fist.
So federal law is 36%. He wants to take it to 10. It's fucking insane.
It's a fun thing to float to try to get the industry.
Yeah,
to help out.
It's for votes. It's great. I love that aspect.
Just like
it.
no tax on tips. That went through or not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically,
it's not going to affect that many people and that much money, and then there's these talk shows that keep telling people to just cancel their credit card charges whenever they feel like it. Frickin' willy-nilly. No wonder.
That's why their interest rates are so high, honestly.
I'm getting douched. Stand by, gentlemen.
Now.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, Robin. Go ahead, Robin. Let me ask you this. What did JCO say they would do for you? Did they say, did JCO get back to you at all?
Yes, they did. And at first they said, because I live in the RV full time.
Yeah.
At first they said I could
that voids
hire
almost
a
every
mobile.
warranty they have.
Does full-time RVing void a warranty?
Yes.
No, because this one is rated for full-time use.
But does the warranty exclude it, though? It doesn't matter what it's rated for. But
no. I mean, they've paid $10,000 in some work that the dealership did do. So it's not voiding my warranty. They're still working with it because it is rated as
so
a
what does it
full-time
come down
unit.
to? What does it come down to?
So it comes down to, they told me that I could hire a mobile unit to come out and look at it. So I spent,
what's
that.
wrong with it right now? I mean, what is the major problem they're not covering?
Okay, well, right now, I have a jack that's leaking. I have the decals are coming off.
Okay.
I mean, it's taken them
Where is it leaking?
Out of. It's leaking the hydraulic fluid because it's under pressure and it shouldn't be.
No, I
get
it.
What is the unit called?
The unit is, let me make sure I give you the right number.
Well, we don't need that exact. We're just here.
Jayco, it's a Jayco Luxury 38 SBRK, and it's a Pinnacle.
All right.
So it's their top of the line RV.
So you have hydraulic leaks.
Yes.
Well, that should be covered under warranty. I mean, are they attempting to cover it?
They are, but not.
Hold on.
refunding my money.
I don't know what kind of money. Hold on. We'll talk about that right after this. She said something about a refund.
It's a nice trailer.
Is it a fifth wheel? Of course.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a nice apartment.
Bought a new Jayco RV at an RV show from Trailside RV in 24. Jeez.
Here is a quick little piece of art for Elon Omar.
God, Shannon!
What?
I'll send it to you guys too. You ready for a group image?
Yeah. I'll put it up online if you want.
Oh God, no.
Oh.
It's a little something celebrating Elon Omar, representative, U.S. representative from Minnesota. Okay. Elon Omar.
That's his or her name, Elon?
Yeah, do you know her? Ilhan Omar.
Oh, yeah. Know her I like best buds.
Oh, my God. First of all, you're doing a cover of a Neil song.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Hollies. The Hollies.
I need to get some fucking coffee.
Which Neil covered?
I need to get out of there.
Yeah, whatever.
Manuscript.
The Hollies were a cover.
How are you feeling?
That wasn't even their original song.
Good.
Mark, you like that one?
So is Neil.
Did you get the image there for my Elon?
How'd you send it?
I sent it on text.
You're terrible. You're
Mm-hmm.
absolutely terrible.
Mm-hmm.
They're gone. 3 reps at 25. You're done. It's like, that can't be straining you, for God's sake.
You know that shit's true, man, for some of it.
Well, they may have been humping.
So slow.
Some of the workout, I can tell directly because where I'm feeling it. And I did not. I really, really cut back. Now, I did my health bot, and then, my health bot, of course, gets the benefit of all kinds of brains. I did a health bot and uploaded bunches of books and reference articles and white papers. You can do customized chats, so I did a customized chat.
On what?
Huh?
On what platform?
It's called My Health Bot.
My Health Bot.
It's
an AI.
It's only for Tom, yeah. So you put in, I put in all my demographic information, 72, recovering from cancer, everything.
Labs,
all my
stuff.
labs from the past 3 to 5 years.
Upload everything in it.
Yeah. And then everything. Labs, counts, surgeries, notes. Then I uploaded Outlive,
Pretty
the
proud of
book.
that little graphic.
And I also outread, I believe, Clean Energy.
First of all, if you
And-
wouldn't have
as reference. And then basically it becomes called My Health Bot. And it's only for me because,
called out a
but you see, you don't have to keep prompting AI about yourself or about anything. And it's
He has
cumulative
that
knowledge.
perverted one about.
So
on Taboo.
I asked it about
Yeah,
my
but
workout. I
he's
put
also
in what
got
I
that
was doing.
perverted one about
And it said, whoa, 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 whoa.
Caroline
That's
Kennedy.
interfering with your killer cell
No, that's
reproduction.
his daughter,
You're actually robbing your body.
Caroline.
And it told me what I'm doing wrong and
That's
how
his
it's having
daughter.
detrimental effects. And sure as shit, I would get to a point.
Yes.
Fucking Dimitri's been watching this for a year because last year I would think I had the flu.
Look it
Remember
up.
Dimitri? And I would get
Go ahead.
That was
It's
all
about his
from.
daughter.
That's the
Look
symptom
this
you
up.
get when you deplete on a cellular mitochondrial level. I was, and so it says you really got to back off and increase weights a little. And it told me how to do it. You know, for me, how to do it. And I did it yesterday. I cut back. And I'm feeling today the fatigue. I'm not getting the real bad weakness and all that. But I sure as hell, you know, Stephanie says stop working out. I'm not going to stop working out because the bot said exercise is critical for rebuilding an immune system. You just have to find that balance, you know.
Yeah.
And I truly did not kill it. I didn't. I'm doing 25, 3 reps of 25 on each muscle group, except 3 reps of 20.
What are you taking for supplements?
Oh, I have a whole list, and of course,
a bunch of shit. A whole bunch of shit.
Not a whole bunch.
Okay.
My blood work.
Uh-huh.
My blood work dictates my supplements through. I go to a clinic, and I also run it through the bot, and I have another doctor too. But Kimberly is my main source. She just sent me feedback on my blood work, said everything's looking great except for one thing.
Great.
My red blood cell count's down. But she said that's normal for somebody post-chemo, post-radiation. But
Yeah.
my PSA is 1.2.
And I don't know the numbers. I don't know those numbers.
Well, if you get above 3, it could be a problem. And people with cancer get 6 or 7. I have a 1.2.
So that's low.
Oh, the low one.
Yeah.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
I'm Tom Martino, along with Marc Mager. This hour brought to you by the lowest price for replacement furnaces anywhere, and they mean it. Now they'll do any replacement. They'll guarantee the lowest price, and I'm not talking about a few bucks here. We're talking about big time savings. RenewHomeInnovations.com. They'll beat the price. It's that easy. They'll guarantee you the lowest price. Shop around. RenewHomeInnovations.com. 303-904-2000. 904-2000. So anyway, having an RV is really weird because you have a house and you have a vehicle. You have 2 things. You have what we call the house, the living quarters, and everything that goes along with that. And then you have the vehicle, the motor vehicle. So it gets to be challenging to get something that works on all levels and where the manufacturer will stand behind it. Right now, as I understand it, this is the first time you've had a problem that they did not address. And we're talking about a hydraulic leak. If you had to make a list of the top 3 problems, Robin, what would they be? Hydraulic leak. How do you know the hydraulics are leaking to begin with? Let's take that one. Do you see it around the pump, or how does a layman or an owner notice a hydraulic leak? Robin? Did she hang up on us, or is she still there?
No, I'm here.
Okay. So how did you notice the hydraulic leak, or did they just do it during one of their checks?
No, we can notice the oil sitting in the part that's on the ground, the flat part.
Okay,
so it
got
kinda
it. Got it.
is a bowl type thing, so
Yeah.
you could see it in there.
Almost like a skid plate. You can
And then
see it on
also-
top. How much
Yeah,
fluid does
yeah.
it leak? Do you have to replace the fluid?
Yes, we have, but it's just a slow leak.
Okay.
But it's a brand new RV. We
Of
shouldn't
course.
have
That's right. And these seals on hydraulics go out, and it's not a big deal to replace it. So let's just take that one problem right now, just that one right now. Are they saying we're not going to fix it, or are they saying we did fix it, or are they saying there's no problem?
No, at first they were saying no problem. That's where Trailside, where I bought it, I gave it to them. They said they could fix all my concerns with a week. They ended up having it for 6 weeks.
Okay.
And then when I got it back, there was parts that were supposedly fixed or going to be fixed, but
Right.
they never told me they weren't going to fix. But they told me Jayco denied it. So I called Jayco immediately.
Denied
and was
what?
talking
Denied
to my
the
representative.
hydraulic leak?
Yes.
Why did they deny it?
I called. They didn't. They didn't even turn it into them.
So is Trailside lying to you?
Yes.
Did you try going to another dealer?
that's
You know,
my-
where's Trailside located?
In Missouri.
Where do you live?
We travel for work, so right now we're in Kansas City.
So have you
Kansas
thought about
side.
finding another dealer?
Yes, but they're where I bought it, so I had to take it back to them at first.
You don't anymore, not after 4
Well,
years.
then-
Or not 4 years, I'm
Well,
sorry.
it's been 2.
2 years, right.
Yeah, 2. But it's still under warranty, and
I get
the work
it. So
that they
so
did
try,
do-
I would try another dealer. I mean, you just caught them in a lie. They said that Jayco wouldn't cover it, and they never turned it in. That's a lie.
Right. But I'm dealing with Jayco now, and they're letting me have the mobile unit come and fix the stuff.
Good.
Like, we
Good.
have the jack now.
So what do you want today? What are you
But-
calling about today? If they're sending a mobile unit, what do you want? Tell me how we can help you.
Well, I had to hire the mobile unit, so I'm already paid out like $2,600 for a day's worth of work.
Did they get stuff
The
done?
Jayco's never paid me back.
Did they get stuff
They
done?
did.
Okay. So you're saying
Yes,
that
not everything.
okay, but you had $2,600 of work done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So why won't they pay that bill?
She forgot about it. As the Jayco lady told me Friday, oh, I forgot about that invoice. So they've never even looked at it. And this has been a month, over a month.
Okay. We need to have someone get involved.
Well, my
with-
warranty's up February 1st.
Yeah, but
And
well,
she
yeah,
told
but this
me-
stuff, if it was never addressed, your warranty's not going to be up. Listen, Jayco needs to step up here, and we need to get your bills paid and need your problems. I asked you, what would you do for what are the top 3 problems? You said hydraulic. Give me, without a story, the next 2 problems that are serious.
Flooring.
Okay.
Well, no, before flooring is the decals on the outside.
Well, that's
And
not a
then
major.
windows.
The decals aren't that major. Windows are. I'm not gonna. Listen, I understand about decals, but I want to get to the meat. So what's happening with your windows?
So at first, that's what started a lot of this is I noticed one of my double pane windows came apart. Like the inside was part of the window was leaning against my screen.
Okay.
So we checked all of the windows. I have 13 in total.
Okay. So right now, here's what we're going to do, Robin. Here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
This is a simple simple thing here. You got a freaking manufacturer selling this RV. How much did you pay for it?
$109,000 was the show price, but it's listed at like $156,000.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a toy. You spent a lot of money on this damn thing. Okay, I would like Deputy Bo to call. I would like him to call Jayco and dig his teeth into this. Really, I don't know why I said Deputy Bo, but I just think it's. We can start actually calling today. Is Bo around, by the way? Is Bo around? Kachina, is he around where he can take a call or not? I don't know. Let's.
Well, yeah, let me check.
Okay. So, Robin, what we do normally on stuff like this is we take a problem and give it to one of our people who will follow it through off the air. Do you have a residence or a mail drop in the Denver area? Robin?
I have my stepdad's place, or my father-in-law's place.
Okay. And right now the RV is where? Right now, right this minute?
Lewisburg, Kansas.
It's in Lewisburg, Kansas. Is it drivable? Is it
Yes,
first of all, it's a trailer.
I have to hook it up to my
It's a
truck,
trailer. I'm sorry when I said that. But it's movable. Okay. We're going to assign this to somebody and he'll be getting in touch with you. What I really want to know is why aren't they just fixing it under freaking warranty? Did you ask them? I mean, why are you getting the runaround, Robin? Why? I just don't get it.
4 different individuals about this. I mean, they keep changing my contact person, and I've been fighting them for over like the whole 2 years.
Okay. Hold on, and she'll get the needed information from you, Robin, so we can pass this on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So Dr. Joel Churdak's with us, denverregen.com, and we are talking about stem cell therapy as well as PRP, which is platelet-rich plasma, which is a treatment you can take along with stem cell, or PRP by itself. They also do this hair. Do you call it hair replenishment, hair growth? How do you handle the hair? I'm getting a few texts from guys after they heard that it really worked for me. They want to know if surgery is involved. You guys don't do the actual hair replacement in that part of it. Do you do that?
2 different services.
Okay, let's talk about it.
We do hair restoration. So let's say you have like a big area, a big bald spot.
And you want to do plugs, or not plugs, but roots. You can transplant.
Yeah. Follicular unit extraction, FUE. People have come to research what they're from. We do an FUE procedure. What makes us different is we do that hair transplant procedure along with the same stem cell therapy that you receive. So that not only do you get the transplant, but you get the benefit of the stem cell regrowth as well. So like in your case, you just had thinning, significant thinning, but it was thinning. You didn't have a large bald area.
Right.
And in those situations, we're able to restore thinning hair like we did with you.
Yes.
Just using the stem cell therapy procedure. One advantage about using our clinic for both the stem cell and the hair restoration is we don't tack on an additional charge for the stem cell procedure. So our hair restoration, our hair transplant procedure, the price is very
You get that added value. So it's not more than regular hair transplants, but you get the added benefit
of the stem
cells.
Correct.
Now, you can also do, of course, if you're not missing big patches or you don't need the transplants, you can do just, what do you call it, replenishing?
Hair rejuvenation therapy.
Oh, that's a good rejuvenation. Hair rejuvenation is definitely a thing. 303-713-TALK, yeah.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we have people send us pictures of their scalp by
And
text.
then you recommend?
So you don't have to come into our clinic first. We can evaluate you and give you a preliminary evaluation of what we think would work best for you just by sending us text message pictures of your scalp.
Do they find that on the website?
Yeah, just go to our website, ask for a free consultation. They'll connect with our patient coordinator who will go through that process, tell them where to text those pictures to, and explain any other questions.
Okay, so denverregen.com.
Yep.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help.
Coming to you quick.
888-8604.
Coming back to you quick.
20488-8604.
U.S. Mortgages is a place that can shop for loans for you. You find the best one for you and close on it if you like it. What I love is they do all the shopping and sifting through the programs. Right now, they have a 4.99% fixed rate. That's 4.99 or below, and that's 6.04 APR. You can find out about skipping payments if you do it in the right part of the month as well and put that money in your pocket. Now, here's what I love. Once you do business with U.S. Mortgages, you're a customer for life. That means if rates go down even by 0.5%, they refi you free of charge. That's right, just 0.5% down. They refi you free of charge. No lender fees, no appraisals, and no limit to the number of times you can use it. So call David Szymanski and his team, 30 years strong, 303-LOW-RATE, 303-LOW-RATE, or usmloan.com. Hey, O'Brien Legal Services, speaking of loans and real estate, you heard him on the show. He is one of our experts for real estate law. If you have an issue, whether it's with a management company or you are a landlord and you need help coming up with a lease that'll help you and protect you as a landlord, or maybe you want to evict someone, whatever it is, real estate and rental related, you can get it done by O'Brien Legal Services. That's OLS, O'Brien Legal Services, OLSlaw.com, 720-370-7388.
Thank you. Hey, Joel, watch out. You get photos of something not a scalp.
Oh, my God. Do not send that.
What?
Oh, what is it?
It's a balding area, but it's not my scalp.
Hey, you're disgusting.
He really is.
Yeah, and that's a ridiculously old joke. The New York Police Department had opened up a text line, and David Letterman was still on the air at the time, and he was saying, here's some of the titles of texts that the New York City Police Department will be receiving. Oh, my God, look how swollen my thumb is. Things like that. It was great. I dropped my gum into a ball of hair. It's not, oh my God. Good top 10 list, Kelly. Look how swollen my thumb is.
My God, Shannon.
What?
You're like...
I'm 12.
Really?
With a
like
cell phone.
Suspended.
Arrested.
How do you spell exosomes?
EXOSOMES.
EXOSOMES. Okay, exosomes. Okay, got it. Sums, exo, yeah. It's so foreign that even my spell check doesn't know.
Pringles? Oh, yeah, the ones you have to eat with tweezers or you really gotta rob my kids' chopsticks thing because it's cheaper.
Hey, did you see the problem I'm having with Mark's studio?
You said it was sideways.
Yeah, it is. And I can't believe no one has complained about it. Go on YouTube and look at it.
Well, I locked it.
Yeah, but you didn't change the orientation first.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, then what I'm seeing is an illusion. It really is correct, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Sideways. Doc, let him know he's laying on the floor.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm going to take it off right now because it's ridiculous.
Well, then
Kelly says it's correct. I'm going to tell my YouTubers who say it's wrong. I'm going to tell them they're wrong. YouTube morons.
Here you go.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, and we have some texts I'm getting, but I would love for you to call if you have any that you want to, any questions that you want hammered out here, whether it's about stem cell therapy or exosomes or regenerative therapy. Somebody wants to know about weight loss, and that brings up a whole topic, okay? Every time I turn around, I'm hearing a new brand name, let alone a new underlying drug. Now, let me explain this. You have underlying drugs that are the drugs themselves, and then you have the brand name. For example, just as an example, like Wegovy. What is Wegovy using? They're all brand names, right? So what's Wegovy using?
I believe Wegovy is tirzepatide.
Tirzepatide, okay.
Yeah, so there's really two drugs. There's two GLP-1 drugs out there.
All right, let's talk about that. Wait, only two?
Yeah. So
well, you have semaglutide and tirzepatide.
And you have tirzepatide. Those are the only two FDA-approved weight loss drugs.
Wait, okay. I thought there's a third one.
There's retatrutide, which has not been FDA approved yet.
But is it available?
It's available, but not through standard pharmacies. You can get it.
Do you do it?
We do some of it.
And what's it called?
Retatrutide.
What does retatrutide do?
Retatrutide is just the newest class of GLP-1s, but it's still in research phase.
What does GLP stand for? GLP-1?
GLP stands for glucagon-like peptide. It's found naturally occurring in the gut. It's what tells your brain that you're full.
So they have isolated this and discovered it. And not only does it tell you your gut, you're full, it also lowers blood sugar. How is that? Just by not eating as much? Or does it actually have properties that lower blood sugar?
It depends on which one. So GLP-1 by itself lowers blood sugar by having you eat less. Tirzepatide, which is the other GLP-1 that's in a lot of brand named drugs, it has another drug called GIP. I forget exactly.
But it's built in.
Yeah. So it's GLP-1 plus GIP, and that extra GIP directly affects blood sugar. By directly lowering it, it affects the duodenum, or just the top part of your small intestine. So you get basically two drugs in one with tirzepatide, which is why it's a little bit more effective than semaglutide. But those two drugs are what you see in all the branded name medications. There isn't another drug on top of that that's branded yet.
Okay. And retatrutide.
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 Yeah.
Is that it? Okay, retatrutide. When is retatrutide going to be, on the market?
They're in stage 3 trials, so probably in the next 6 months, I would guess.
Okay. And what is their claim to fame, retatrutide?
That it preserves skeletal muscle mass and that it has a little less side effects than the other drugs.
That's one thing I've noticed.
Effectively.
I noticed something I've been secretly calling semaglutide face.
Yeah,
or
Ozempic face.
Ozempic face. Yeah,
it's out there.
You can tell immediately when someone's on that drug.
Right. So what we do in cases where patients are really concerned about that side effect is we'll combine the GLP-1 with a growth hormone stimulating peptide, like ipamorelin, sermorelin, tesamorelin. These are peptides.
What are those?
They're peptides just like the GLP-1 are peptides, which means basically it's just a short chain of amino acids short of a peptide, of a protein. So a protein's 200 amino acids or more, peptides are less than 200 amino acids. So they're all just a string of amino acids.
Now, there have been health benefits for these, more than just losing weight.
Yeah, I think peptides is the wave of the future with medication because they're just naturally...
They're precursors, right?
Yeah, yes. They're just naturally... They're a string of amino acids.
Right.
Amino acids exist in
nature. And amino acids build the ultimate compounds in your body, right?
Right. So, they're signaling molecules. And what they do is they affect your body in different ways by causing your body to either reduce or increase what it's doing. So like a growth hormone stimulating peptide will tell your pituitary gland to produce more growth hormone. So it's not adding growth hormone from the outside, it's maximizing or optimizing your body's own production of it.
Someone wants to know, has anyone ever done a study on combining them and doing a cocktail, so to speak? Do they do that of these three drugs?
No, because you're kind of doing the same thing. So, if you're on semaglutide, you're already on a GLP-1. If you move up to tirzepatide, you're on the same GLP-1 plus another peptide called GIP. So it wouldn't make sense to stack those two together. What makes sense is to stack a weight loss peptide with a growth hormone stimulating peptide so that you don't have, like you refer to as semaglutide face or Ozempic face.
Semaglutide face or whatever. Mark, you never got that face. You really didn't. You didn't get that hollow look. Did you notice that you lost muscle mass, Mark? Or
yeah, definitely.
You did. So you had to keep up your yoga, your stretching, your resistance. So you didn't. So that didn't happen, right? And tell me.
I eventually. I lost almost 45 pounds, man. Then I got off of it. And then you got to just, kind of focus and keep that muscle memory. But I wanted to build the muscle back up. What I love about Denver Regen, though, not just the price. I mean, come on, listen, $300 is unbelievable. But outside of the price, now if you get it, they actually have other stuff they put into it. They use a compounding pharmacy to actually put in other things that make it so you don't lose that muscle mass.
Joe, what for someone who wants to be on one of those medications, but not only does not want to lose muscle tissue, but wants to gain it through exercise, what do you recommend in terms of the actual medication, the exercise regimen, and what they eat? I assume most people don't get enough protein when they eat.
That's a key thing.
Which is the key thing?
Get closer to that mic, Joe.
To preserve muscle mass, one of the key things to do is to eat a high amount of protein and to maintain an exercise regimen. Those would be recommendations for everybody, whether they're on these medications or not, to improve their health. So that will help you. That will help our patients to prevent skeletal muscle loss. Initially, that's a big factor.
Right, that's step one.
You can add on to that growth hormone stimulating peptides, like I talked about. Again, these are just short chain amino acids. And what they do is they stimulate your pituitary gland to produce the maximum amount of growth hormone that your body can produce. And that will help to maintain
these are here to stay, these things. I mean,
they're just going to become more and more options available because all they do is just change the sequence of the amino acids to make them work even more effectively. So it's not a synthetic drug that's being created in a lab. It's just the sequence of the amino acids themselves has the effect. There's other things that play into it, like the shape of the molecule. Because
are there downsides to these drugs?
Not that I really see, other than things like you're talking about. If you do a lot of GLP-1, you're going to lose skeletal muscle along with your regular weight unless you do something to counteract that. As far as the growth hormone stimulating peptides, I think they're the safest thing out there. I mean, we've heard for years about people taking growth hormone, exogenous growth hormone, meaning it comes from outside the body. It has great effects. The problem with it is that it puts you way outside of your physiological range. So there's risks to doing that. Whereas when you do a peptide that increases your body's own maximum ability to produce what your body's producing anyway, you're not getting outside your physiological range.
Okay.
So there's much less risk.
I want to take this break. Someone said, Tom, I heard you talking about exosomes. My doctor recommended that I just do it as a general IV for my systemic benefit. What is the systemic benefit? We'll talk about that coming up. 303-713-TALK. Water Pros. It's the new year. Get the new water. Get water in your house that is healthy for you. And Water Pros has the best systems, whether you want to make soft water, you want to get rid of forever plastics and chemicals, or you just want drinking water. They have it all. 303-862-5554. Listen, they top out at around $3,500 or so, or maybe $4,000, and they're as low as $1,100. No one can beat their prices anywhere. Waterpros.net, 303-862-5554.
FX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station. Ryan Schuling, mornings at 6. Dan Kaplis, afternoons at 4. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. Now, Impact Traffic.
We've got another rock scaling closure. It'll be the third one already this morning. This is at the Veteran Memorial Tunnels, just at the bottom of Floyd Hill. We're at a dead stop right now. Should be reopening here shortly, but certainly there will be backups and delays. City traffic looks real good, though. It's pretty light. There's construction, of course, out east, I-70 from Tower out towards E-470. That's slowing traffic, but everything else is good. I-25 right now is at the posted speed limit. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
The headlines are serious and the stakes are real. Join me on the Tudor Dixon Podcast as we break down the fallout from the ice shooting in Minnesota, what happens next in Venezuela, and how fast New York City could crumble with Mamdani in charge. Listen and subscribe to the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, if you're shopping for a metal building, you're going to find all kinds of liars, cheats, and ripoffs. That's why you need to listen to me and go to GreatWesternBuildings.com. They're out of Grand Junction, serving all 50 states. They are truly a factory, direct to consumers. Truly a factory. Not lying to you about it, because many of these salespeople say, oh, yeah, we're with the factory. They're not. Don't believe it. Don't believe it when they say, oh, wait, somebody canceled this building. No. You call GreatWesternBuildings.com. They're wonderful people, great prices for any metal building you need. 303-495-5701. 495-5701. GreatWesternBuildings.com. Hey, Sheridan Auto Tech. I love Uncle Kevin and his team. And, you know, they treat you like family. That's why I call him Uncle Kevin. It's an inside joke here. And you know what? They have a great facility. And they keep track of all your maintenance and repairs. And they can even do electrical work and pre-buy inspections on used cars. They have longevity, knowledge, honesty, value, really everything you need in an auto repair facility. 303-455-7242 on Colfax, west of Wadsworth. Well worth the drive no matter where you're coming from. SheridanAutotech.com.
Thank you. Hey, Mark, I'm seeing Renee Good was shot on Portland Avenue.
Renee Good?
Joel.
Yeah, that's
that was
fucked
her
up.
She
Huh?
said
That's fucked up.
muscle.
Who's Renee Good, by the way?
Do something.
The woman who was shot by ICE.
Now, by do something. Eat more protein and weight training.
There could just be a problem with that
And those are
name
the two most
Portland, Mark.
important things you can do to not only preclude loss of that tissue, but build more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, when you're losing, initially, depends on the person to start out with. If we're talking about somebody like Mark who's going to lose, we say like 40 pounds.
He said he lost 45.
Yeah.
He's got more to go.
That's a pretty big amount of weight loss. So part of that's going to be skeletal muscle.
Yeah.
And in order to make that percentage as small as possible, then eating a lot of protein and exercising are going to be the things that are going to.
What's a lot? I weigh 172 pounds.
I forget what the equivalent is because it's in gram.
It's per kilogram, right?
It's per.
So I can just look that up, or
Yeah.
do you have your own recommended level that's above what I can find on the internet? Because I did find what's on the internet, and it seems low.
I know, for me, I weigh 165 pounds, and I try to intake about 130.
You don't weigh that much.
165?
You do?
Yeah.
So you're at about 135 grams per day. That's your goal.
Yeah.
And then I assume if you exceed that, that's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you started doing over 200 grams a day, then you run the risk of really taxing your kidneys over time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to eat that much protein. You need a protein shake, you need protein for lunch, you need protein for dinner.
Oh yeah.
That's
Except Tommy.
It's hard to do every single day.
I found the best source of protein.
What's that?
Steak.
Elk is the highest meat protein source.
I'm not supposed to have a lot of protein, moderate protein, because it does something to cancer growth. It's temporary type buildup.
Joe, I go to Buc-ee's, and they have a whole department of beef jerky. You can buy by the pound.
That'll work.
Oh my God, their jerky is so good. They have several selections that are totally sugar-free. So I get those, and I pick up like about 1.5 pounds of jerky per visit. And that's a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's
Shannon sent me a picture,
it's
and
like 50 pounds.
I'm going to send it to HR.
Oh my God, that stuff is so good. And I just eat it and eat it, and I can't get tired of it.
Yeah. And
Somebody said, can you fix Mark's camera? The answer is no. Kelly says it's correct.
It's the internet.
Yep.
Kelly says it's correct. Oh, she did fix it. I'm sorry. There you go. Okay, morons, I fixed Mark's camera. You can actually see him straight and level, as they say in flying.
I got a dentist appointment, so I'm out right after 12:15.
Oh, okay,
break, so
okay. Hey, okay, good. I will.
I want to be a dentist.
Keep in mind if you're eating like.
No, I only eat fat and protein. I don't eat carbs, so I don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
I'm 10 grams or less per day.
Yeah, you're really strict. You're really, really strict.
And I find that I have to eat carbs about once a quarter.
You have to do what? Oh.
All right, stand by.
By user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Hey, Tom here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So we have Dr. Joel Cherdak with us from denverregen.com. And I have that question, they said, of their doctor talking about exosomes for systemic purposes, meaning that you take hydration with exosomes in it, and it's not for any particular joint or tendon. What is this about? Do you know about the therapy they're talking about? Exosome
Well, we do
therapy.
that all the time. We do intravenous exosome mixed with umbilical cord stem cell growth factors
For the systemic problems?
for systemic problems. So
Really? Does it-
occasionally we'll have a patient that wants to do that just for health, improving health.
Right, right.
But typically we use that to treat as a therapeutic agent things like neurodegenerative diseases. So Parkinson's disease, we treat with that. Multiple sclerosis responds really well to that therapy.
Really, it does.
We have a number of MS patients.
So with the MS patients, what have you found? A slowdown, or the episodes become less or infrequent, or what? What have you noticed?
It slows down the frequency and severity of the episodes. So it delays or slows down the progression of the disease. And it's different with every person. So we do a double dose initially on everybody, and we see how long they can go before they have another episode of whatever it is that we're treating. And that kind of dictates the cadence of when we have them come back for repeat procedures.
Someone else said, Tom, you haven't mentioned testosterone. So let's talk about that. Testosterone therapy.
Yes.
There are two ways to really do it. I mean, two really good ways. The rest, creams and stuff, I don't go for. But you can do injections, and you should spread them out 2 to 3 times a week. Once a week, you could do, but it's better to spread them out. And then to get fewer hills and valleys. Then the next one is pellets, right? That's a good form. And you guys don't do.
We don't do pellets. We just do injections.
Okay, now the pellets, that's what I do. They're great. I did do testosterone with you guys. It's a great product. It's a great way to do it. Some people don't like pellets. They just don't, for one reason or another. They don't want it. And they control it right from the beginning. So how does since this person said we haven't mentioned it, how does it work? Okay, somebody goes to you for testosterone. That's male or female, because females need some testosterone.
Right.
All right, so how does it work? Do you do a blood test?
Yeah, a lot of times people will come in with their labs, and if they haven't come in with their labs, then we will order a laboratory for them. Look at their testosterone.
So they do a
level.
blood test, which they'd have to do anywhere, and then what?
We look at their free testosterone primarily. If that number, if we're talking about a man, if that number is below 700, let's say, then they would be a good candidate for testosterone therapy with us. Now, 700 is still considered to be in the normal range. The optimal range is about 900 to 1100 for a 35-year-old man.
Yeah, or 72-year-old.
Right. Well, that's.
No, I know what you're saying.
It will bring you to that level.
People who say, well, you shouldn't, they told me, God, I've always been swimming uphill when it comes to health. they said, "Oh, Tom, that's normal." They meant it was normal for a 72-year-old man.
Right.
Whatever my level was back before I did therapy, I think it was 395. Now that's low.
That's low. Anything under 400 is considered low.
And
clinically low.
So they said, that's okay. And then I probed and they said, well, it's okay for a man of your age. I said, but what if I want to operate like a man of a younger age? You can do it. And as far as I know, and I've been looking every time I look into this, they really haven't found any direct negative connection to testosterone therapy and problems.
No, in fact, there's more and more research suggesting that it helps prevent prostate cancer.
Yeah, it's like a shield.
Yes. When for a number of years, there was information out there suggesting that it caused prostate cancer, but that's all been debunked. And the newest research is suggesting that it's protective for a number of different things, not just for that.
Yeah. And as far as the therapy, how many times do you recommend they do injections when you put them on a program with DenverRegen.com?
Twice a week.
That's pretty good.
Standard split dose, because if you do it once a week, it's so much at once that your body doesn't really absorb anything.
Yeah.
So if you want to, like you were
peak
saying,
and valley.
If you want to smooth things out and avoid the peaks and valleys, twice a week is typical.
Now, do you do anything for women other than testosterone? Do you do estrogen?
No, we don't do female hormone replacement therapy typically.
Okay, but you can do testosterone replacement for women?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And by the way, you can text us at I'm not taking it at iHearts. It sucks. That system sucks. I do have a number though. It's 747-999-5280. And I'm also able, I know I tried it before and I'm going to do it later on. In the next hour, I'm going to take some phone calls at that number and see how they go. And I think it'll be fun. Not that we have to take calls at that number. We can always take calls at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right. So we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, or you want to know about stem cell therapy, give us a call and we will be happy to answer. By the way, Compass Insurance, somebody texted me. They want to know about the insurance checkup. It's 303-996-9000. You have to ask for it. The insurance checkup, 303-996-9000. And they're happy to compare what you have with what's available on the market. 303-996-9000.
Very nice.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Oh, got another.
Oh, crap. Did I only write one?
Is that that trip?
I did Lazara, right?
Yeah, who's the other one? I'll do it.
It's my eyesight's shot. It looks like Versace. What is it? It's Vestera.
Construction course out east.
So do Joe and Vestera.
That's slowing traffic, but everything else is good. I-25 right now is at the posted speed limit. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by The Truth with Lisa Booth.
Crime, chaos, and consequences. I'm Lisa Booth, and this week law enforcement analyst Paul Morrow talks Maduro's arrest and Senator Marsha Blackburn breaks down her push to deport and denaturalize the Minnesota fraudsters. Listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you hear podcasts.
You know, I love when people text me and say, who's that guy? That criminal defense attorney with flat rate pricing. That means they're listening, but they're not really getting it. So I'm going to tell it to you right now, and you keep it on you in case you ever have to refer somebody or use them yourself. Now, I'm hoping you're never accused of a wrongdoing or a crime, but here's the deal. He has many, many years of experience. I've known him for nearly 30 years, and he does flat rate pricing after free initial consultations. It's that easy. His name is Lazzara, Joe, Lazzara, LazzaraLegal.com, 303-429-6200. All right, you want to be a landlord, but you want a system to help you. That's what Vestera does. It's really a system. They help you locate the right house in the right market. They help you buy the house as your broker or a referred broker, and then they help you with the management company who then rents it out for you. And when it's time to sell for optimum profit, they help you there too. It's all under one roof, and they take care of you. It's called Vestera Turnkey, and all you have to do is call them 303-888-5255. 3788. That's 888-3788.
Thank you.
MG Financial. These guys are the bank. Wake up out there. If you need a home loan, you want to go direct. These guys, listen to this. $2 billion. $2 billion a month in loans. That's reverse mortgages. They also have a 30-year line of credit, which is unbelievable. If you need a home loan, you better call these guys. You ready? Call John Clace. He's a top dog. They loan in all 50 states. No joke. 303-882-6679. 303-882-6679.
I should bring my listeners for a ride inland. You're right. That would be cool.
Is there any regulatory problem with landing?
No.
In random places?
No. If it's prohibited, you can. And if it's public land, you can. And private property, you need permission technically. You know, like when I go out to see Mark, he grants me, technically, his permission. And I mean, I guess like when I'm out at Mark's and I do the cul-de-sac, I think that technically, I'm sure that the county has something in their ordinances about aircraft. But
they haven't sent you a ticket.
Nobody cares.
A parking ticket.
Nobody cares. I pull off to the side in the cul-de-sac and nobody's blocked.
That's just awesome.
But it's fun.
What a great toy.
It was a great day too.
Yeah, I loved that video. I loved the view out, towards the front, the forward view.
Yeah, as opposed to when I reverse
upskirt.
Show them me.
We don't like the upskirt so much.
I see.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
A boring shot. It's a boring. The cockpit shot is boring.
Yeah, it's the scenery that's really.
Yeah. If you ever want to come, I'll take you.
I totally want to come. It's just not something I would invite myself to.
Yeah.
It's an invitation I would gladly and gratefully accept whenever you want company.
Probably feels a lot like your car.
Big boat.
Yeah. I tried to
find... You got to do a partnership with like Uber Eats or somebody do one delivery.
You know what, man? I'll tell you what. Drones are going to take so much business away from helicopters. Helicopters used to be hired to inspect pipelines.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm telling you, man, drones can do it in half the time, and they can do it closer to the ground. And it's just, they can pre-program it, and boom, they're done. Weather doesn't matter. It's really incredible.
And the theatrical work they do is unbelievable now.
That's where Adam works now.
Where?
He works for something called Pix4D, which is the software they use to put into drones to do LiDAR for construction companies and military and all that stuff. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. I'm glad he's working.
Me too.
Currently in another country. And Kelly needs a ride home, so if those two things align for someone.
Yeah. Well, it will for whatever Uber driver, I did have innocence.
Uh-huh.
Or innocent. Innocent. Sorry.
Sure.
Come on, you have to love that name. The fact that his name was Innocent.
All right. It's almost over, except I still have another 9 hours. Here we go.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Give us a call. We'll answer your questions. Solve your problems if we can, and we try. We've had some interesting calls over the year last year, and we started out the year really strong. Let me, if we go back, how about hiring a contractor to fix up a deck? And she said the bid should have been around $7,500. Instead, turned out to be $20,000. she let him do the work and kept approving it, assuming it was going to be okay. You know, people never, ever, ever proceed with a contractor without having stuff in writing. Just don't do it. You can't assume things are just going to work out. This guy even said, I'll do it by the hour. And who's keeping track? Right now, the work that was done was piss poor. According to Genesis, they said, it's bad work. She may have to have some of it redone. So now she's in a whole big peck of trouble because she did not do it properly. How about this? You're recently divorced and you're being billed for your insurance on your husband's car, and you want to get that removed. The time to do this is in a divorce, but you have to understand something. And this is something that a lot of people do not understand. Divorce decrees are civil agreements between the ex-husband and ex-wife. They do not have any power over anyone in the transaction. Let me give you an example. If my wife and I have a credit card together, or not, maybe I have it, it doesn't matter. If the courts say that the wife is responsible for the credit card, that credit card company does not have to honor that. They are not forced by the civil courts to make the wife responsible for it. If they have the husband on the hook too, they're going to go after the husband, and they would be within their rights to do so. Now, if the husband says, wait a minute, we've had this happen. Wait a minute, you can't come after me. This divorce decree says she's responsible for the American Express card or for the Visa card or the MasterCard. It doesn't matter. That is a private agreement in a divorce court. So a creditor can still come after you. Then you'd have to use the divorce decree to go after your spouse, saying that your spouse defaulted on her agreement with the courts. Now, the judges can get involved too. They can do a contempt citation for your husband or for your ex-husband or wife if he or she did not step up and honor that civil agreement. So a divorce decree is a civil agreement. Now, here's another one that we get a lot of, and we just got. He's moving out of state to retire, and he wants to know about a mover. This is something I can say, and I'm pretty safe saying it, and all of my peeps will agree. There's more of a chance of being ripped off than not being ripped off. Wouldn't you say that, Mark? Wouldn't you say that? If somebody's looking to move and they go on the internet, there's more of a chance of being ripped off. More of a chance, not less, more of a chance. Not even a 50-50 chance. I would say more. D, you've heard enough of these things. More of a chance of being ripped off than not being ripped off.
Under what circumstances?
Moving. Period.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You go online.
Yeah, you go online, and odds are you're going to just contact a ripoff artist.
Right,
but we have two really great companies here in town that are known to be good and trustworthy.
Yeah, we do.
And
tell them who they are.
Well, I know you like Johnson Moving and Storage.
I love those guys. That they've been there forever.
Yeah, I've never used them. The ones I've used and love is, the Bueller Mayflower.
Right.
Out there in Aurora, and I've had a 30-year-long business relationship with that company.
Okay, now here's another one. Appliance Factory Outlet. Since that original call from Eduardo, I've gotten other calls, and they say beware. This texter said, beware, Tom, none of their appliances come with warranties. They're all open box or damaged, and technically Appliance Factory Outlet buys them and resells them, and they're used appliances. And we have found that to be true. So you're not buying a new appliance. Now, maybe it's never been used before, but it is technically used in that Appliance Factory Outlet bought it and owns it, but they sell it to you as a used appliance Factory warranties do not apply. That's very important that you know that. I'm Tom Martino. Get your calls in 303 Martino, 303 627 8466.
Very nice.
All right, guys. Thanks. Now, is Mark going to stick around for a few minutes, or is he leaving now?
No, he'll do till about 12:20.
All right.
You won't have Mark Dick around for very long. He's got to run off at 12:20.
Mom and Dad are fighting again?
What? What are you talking about? He's got to go to the dentist.
Oh, okay. Phew.
Stop stirring shit, Shannon. I mean, Dragon.
Listen, I was telling Mark, you know what we need is like 10 of him, because 9 would always be on vacation.
Yeah.
Came up with this little artwork for Omar.
Who did your website?
Terrible.
Who did your website?
Yeah, that's video. Sure.
Yeah.
Gotta be proud of whatever it is you
Something.
do.
Yeah.
What is it you do?
Exactly.
I'll be back from the other side.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not looking forward to the dentist like you. I'm not afraid of it. I just fucking boring as shit sitting there getting your teeth cleaned.
Here's the thing. If you did it like I do, you wouldn't even know you were at the dentist.
Well, I mean, I'm not crazy. I never heard anybody getting knocked out to go to the dentist.
I don't officially get knocked out.
Before you even go to the dentist.
And then it's surprising. Like, she doesn't even know she's going
It-
until 10 minutes before.
It is true.
I'm going to
no,
bring you out to dinner,
no,
honey.
the night before is when it happens, and then the Valium comes, and then I know, and
Where'd
then
you get that phobia? Did a dentist fuck with you as a kid?
orthodontist and dentist, because I have a really small mouth, and when I went, every time I went to the dentist or the orthodontist, when I had braces or anything, I came back and like I had blood. They used to call me vampire at school because I had blood running down because they used to have to use something called a splitter.
Speculum?
No, that's different. I already had that. So yeah, I had a lot of trauma, and I just was like, shut up. Oh my God, Tom. By the way,
Did he do that or did you?
Tom.
No, Tom did it. Did Suzanne tell you how miserable Adam is with the food?
No, but you did. There's just no flavor, huh?
No, so I'm gonna have to save all the salt and pepper packets from the Friday Anthony's, and put them in a bag or something so he can. I mean, well, here's the other thing. They went to a steakhouse, and he was so excited because
his whole thing was, holy crap, I'm gonna finally eat, something good, like a steak. And so they went, and Andre, the CEO, who's Russian and speaks like, four different languages, and Lausanne is the French part of Switzerland. So in perfect French, he basically orders for everyone at the table, and they get there's six of them, and they got six different steaks that were basically cut and portioned off. So it was literally little portions, vegetables, and he was like dying. And his last words to me were, "I thought I was eating a fucking TV dinner." And it's not like there's, Oh, you have no idea. Well, because Switzerland is neutral, so they use the Swiss franc, which is not the euro. But as soon as he went, into France over the weekend, he had to basically switch out for euros if he wanted to go to anywhere. And oh my God, he went to a cafe where
Okay, no more cone of silence, guys. I was talking about all you morons. That's why I had the cone of silence on.
And he ate probably, well, first of all, at
Hold
the
on.
restaurant, because
She's still
they
working.
ate at
She's still
8:30
talking.
at the steakhouse. And he's like, I ate the entire loaf of bread they brought.
That's Kelly's talking, so I have to take a little catch up on my sleep.
Shut up, Tom.
Yep.
Kelly, tell us about it.
Shut up, Tom.
As the studio turns.
Oh, really? Are you? I'm so flattered.
Last time we checked in with Kelly, she had fallen in love with the maintenance man.
I did?
But found out he was gay and transitioning.
And dead.
He's transitioning because he didn't want to be gay.
You gotta do me like that? God.
So tell me what you think of that. Nothing like a little tap dance. I have very
That me scared off all the callers.
Yeah. Hold on, I have some. I always get a lot of texts when he does this shit here. I wish they would call.
Live.
Ripped off. Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna.
You've only been doing this for 40 years.
45.
This
50
is the
outside of Denver.
Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. Hey, did you hear that Sundance is moving to Boulder, Colorado? The Sundance Film Festival. Is that cool or what? So Denver, I mean, that's going to be very cool. The Sundance Film Festival is a major film festival. Now, for those of you listening, if you've never been to a film festival, it's all about movies you'd never, ever go to watch otherwise. It's about the most boring, relatable, unrelatable movies in the world. So if the movie, I'm going to warn you, if it has a plot and makes sense, it will not be in a film festival. I'm just kidding. But I was to a film festival one time. I swear to you, I cringed. I was like embarrassed for the filmmaker. Have you guys ever been to a film festival? Anybody? Did Mark take
Liberal propaganda.
Well, it's not all. They have all kinds.
Of course it is.
Not all. No, film festivals.
Especially Sundance. It's known for its progressive reputation.
Now that might be so for Sundance in particular, but I'm
it's
not
all
sure.
LGBTQ plus and DEI and blah.
Really? You think so?
Yes.
Here's the thing. Here's what I want to know. I don't mean to make trouble. I honest to God, when I ask questions, I am not making a policy statement, or I'm not.
Why do you think they moved from Utah, by the way? Because Colorado is open and liberal, a welcoming environment to actually quote them.
Okay. So here's my question. I've watched so many holiday movies and other movies and all movies, and I will tell you this, okay? I don't know how to put it because I don't really have hate in my heart. I really don't. But why is it? Because I don't think this can be supported statistically. Every single family portrayed in movies lately have a gay member of the family. Every single family. Especially Christmas movies. When they're coming home for Christmas, one of them will have a gay partner. Now, I don't care about it. I'm just saying it's not accurate. And so what is that? Are they, and I say they, I even hate talking about this because I sound like some old crotchety. Are they pushing an agenda? No, obviously they want to normalize it. Who's they? Forgive me. Hollywood or whatever. The entertainment industry wants to normalize it. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't offend me, by the way, but I want to know if you've ever noticed. Did you notice, Mark, that almost every single family has someone who is gay, and that's not how it is in real life?
Yes, including kids' cartoons on Netflix. Yes.
Really?
Of course.
Okay. And again, I'm not saying, I'm going to boycott this movie or that cartoon or this. I'm not saying that. But why is it? I want to know, are people trying to normalize? Are they trying to proselytize, or are they trying to, what are they trying to do? Make it normal? I mean, I even hate using the word normal. What's normal? So I just think that it's the kind of thing that is not realistic. We have a joke. My wife and I have a joke, and it doesn't bother us, and we watch all kinds of movies. But here's what we ask. I swear to God, at the beginning of every movie, where will the gay couple be? Who will be the gay couple? Because it will happen. And it also happens in Star Trek now. And it happens. So why is that? Now, you're going to have people say, and again, I'm not trying to stir up crap or
You're
make
homophobic, Martino.
No, not at all. Not at all. You're going to hear people say, though, that I am. And you're going to hear people say that it's hateful, and it's not. I'm curious, though, why that's going on in Hollywood. And I think, and when I say Hollywood, I'm talking about the entertainment industry. Hardly any movies are actually made in Hollywood. But I think the reason people will say is because it reflects real life. It reflects real life. And in real life, there are way more gay couples or gay members of families that we imagine. And that could be so. That could be so. I don't know if there's any stat. And for the record, and I really mean this, I'm not kidding around. I don't care. I really don't care. In fact, I love all people. I really do. Okay. The only time that things bother me is when I think they're hurting people in some way or fashion. Then I figure, okay, this is not good. But other than that, be gay. I don't care. And another thing I've noticed in the movies is that the gay people portrayed are normally very straight looking and acting, if that's the thing. I don't know. Do you have a gaydar? Isn't there a such thing as acting gay, or am I off base there? Am I off base? I mean, and again, that's not a put down.
Flagrant. You mean like flagrant?
Well, or whatever. I just wonder. So I wonder about, now there are movies, of course, that are literally made about gay couples. That's fine. I mean, that's you expect, and you expect that world. I'm just curious if people have noticed that trend, that in most movies now, you will have a well-placed gay couple somewhere in the movie. I mean, you will. There's no, in fact, I've not found one that didn't have one recently. And by the way, speaking of movies and all that, the Golden Globes. Now, if you watched Golden Globes, did you, Mark? Your favorite show? Did you like it?
Yeah, sure I did. And then I tuned into one of those European king and queen crapos.
By the way, I liked that award show. It was very well done. And the woman who
you realize the
emceed it
playoff
was,
games were going on at the same time, right?
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't care about the playoff games until the Broncos play. But anyway, here's what I've decided I have to see based on the award shows. I mean, one battle after another. I don't know if anybody has seen any of these. Hamnet. What is Hamnet about? Anyway, the other one is Sentimental Value. There's one called Heated Rivalry. And then one that Deputy Doc told me I should watch called Slow Horses. Another one, Hacks. Mark, have you seen any of these? You watch a lot of movies and a lot of shows. These are shows. And then Marty Supreme. Is Marty Supreme based on a true story of that ping pong player? Do you know? Timothy Chalamet plays him. One battle after another, and then another one called, oh, I already named that. And then something called Pluribus. Have you seen any of those, Mark? Any at all?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. I'd like to know what some of them are about. And anyway, that's how we figure out what to watch. Because when you win award after award after award, there's got to be something to it. Oh, there's another one. What the heck is it? It's what's his name? Michael B. Jordan plays two parts in it. And he plays both parts. Sinners. I heard magnificent things about that movie. Have you seen it, Dragon?
It's spoiler alert to anybody who hasn't. It's just a vampire movie.
Oh, it is. Yeah. I didn't know it was a Oh, now I'm really gonna watch it. That's pretty damn cool.
It's a pretty good vampire movie, but it's just a vampire movie.
It is. Okay, now I'm definitely gonna watch it. How about Frankenstein? Have you heard about the new Frankenstein? I heard that's fantastic. So anyway, Frankenstein is remade. I'm going to definitely watch that. I put it on my list. Now, what do you think about it's not a rule, but it's a movement that a movie cannot win awards unless it's absolutely been in a theater. It has to have a theatrical release to win, like Best Picture or all of those. To be up for Academy Awards. Now, I'm not sure about Golden Globe, but for Academy Awards, there is a movement that says the movie has to play in a cinema for it to be eligible. And Spielberg is the one that was pushing that. David Spielberg hates when you see movies on a small screen. Look it up. And so if you want to have a movie, that's why these guys do a limited theatrical release. Maybe they do it for a week or they do a limited showing, but they do it in order to be eligible for awards. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let me get to, I have a lot of texts, my God. Hold on here. Tom asked Joel the deal with GLP-1 microdosing another drug called Noom. I've heard of Noom, a program. I've never heard of microdosing those GLP-1.
I think they might be talking about the commercial for Noom that advertises microdosing GLP-1 because they do it at like a significantly discounted rate, but it's not really for weight loss. It doesn't really have a weight loss effect. It just, maybe does some blood sugar control, might help with some neuroprotective things. But, microdosing of GLP-1 is not going to help you really lose weight.
Hey, I want to know this one guy. I never read his text. He just, every time Mark opens his mouth, he's all over it on how wrong Mark is and how uninformed Mark is and how he doesn't know what he's talking about. Again, I mean, it's almost like this guy lays in wait for Mark to make a comment. I ought to forward some of these to Mark.
I live in his head.
I wonder if he thinks that you read these because you don't.
No, I could give a crap. Let me guess. Let me guess.
Tom, movies are also trying to normalize mental illness. Go ahead, Mark. What were you going to say?
No, I want to hear what he had to say.
No. Oh, okay. Here's what it is. Mark is such a cultured person. Wow. I want to be just like him. Knowing nothing about culture is bliss.
So he must love the film festival.
And I love his take on the English language.
Well, that's a good one, actually.
That man is so full of hate, and he's spewing it all over your radio station, not my radio station. And then here's another one. I swear to God, Mark, every time you open your mouth, obviously I don't think this has much weight, but I thought you'd be interested. That's right. Mark's right. All illegal immigrants are rapists and murderers, are let, and they're let go just
I'm sorry, did I ever say that?
No, and they're let go just so they can. No, I'm just reading it. They're let go just so they can vote. Did you just hear him say that? Did you say that rapists and murderers are cut loose so they can vote? That man is a joke. Tell him to prove by factual information this spewing crap. Hey, I would love for you to call in. And by the way, I wouldn't cut you off. Obviously, you have a disagreement with Mark. Anyway, the San Francisco 49ers. Why, this is not true. This is something about
that. That was a hell of a transition.
Yeah, well, this is a text I'm reading. The San Francisco 49ers practice facility. See, I'm dangerous when I get into something like this. I don't know what they're going to say. Sits on a massive electrical substation. Low-frequency electronic noise can degrade collagen, weaken tendons, and cause soft tissue damage. The 49ers have also suffered way more Achilles and patella tendon ruptures. The league average, along with recurrent grade 3 hamstring and calf tears. 49ers are statistically the most injured team in the NFL over the past decade since moving to Levi Stadium in 2014. No other franchise comes close. Oh, this is our favorite Monty. He is saying that there is a low-level electrical substation near the San Francisco 49ers stadium or under it or whatever, causing all of these injuries. What if he ever turned out to be right? That would be weird, huh? And by the way, Monty is another one who's in your fan club, Mark. He is.
Oh, wonderful.
Monty is, Mike, give me this comment and then we'll take a break. Go ahead, Mike. What is your comment?
Tom, you're right about the gay couples in TV and movies. But I've got another example for you.
Yeah.
When State Farm did their commercials about the wife coming down and catching the husband on the phone at 2:00 in the morning, and the guy says, what are you wearing? And it turns out it's Jake from State Farm.
Right.
Well, it wasn't until the BLM movement came along that we find out that Jake from State Farm is an African American. How many other African Americans are named Jake?
And how did we find out on that commercial that he was black?
Well, we didn't until he showed up.
Oh, he showed up at the house.
Wait. Are you saying there's no
commercials now?
Are you saying there's no black people named Jake?
I guess he's saying that they're trying to be culturally inclusive. So what they did was made him a black man, and they thought that they didn't think it out properly because his name is Jake. And I think that's what you're saying. And had they thought it out from the beginning, they would have given him another name. Now, there are some names that seem to be black, so to speak, in quotes. And I think those are like more African names. You know, Letitia is one, for example. I would expect to see a black
Tyrone.
female. Yeah, there are some names, and that's not a hateful thing. That's just an observation. I don't know why I brought this whole thing up. It was really about Hollywood. Do you think they're trying to indoctrinate us? I'm Tom Martino. More coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
It's a great time to replace all the windows in your home with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4
I'll
Windows
do mine
free
first
sale
here,
going on
or
right
actually,
now.
Mark, you can do
also
all
get
three
them
if you
with
want,
zero down,
because you're
zero
taking
monthly
off.
payments and zero
Does he
interest
want to
for
do
2
all three?
years. Replace your old windows with custom.
Gave me a thumbs up. He's doing all three.
All right,
Window
man.
Nation. Window Nation offers a
Thank you for
lifetime
the coffee.
warranty in all their windows, so
anytime.
you can relax.
Joel, do you want some coffee?
John Clace at CMG Financial. These guys are the lender. They lend out over $2 billion a month. That's right, $2 billion a month, Monty. So if you need a reverse mortgage, if you need a traditional mortgage, if you need a 30-year line of credit on the equity in your house, you call John directly because you're going direct. They have the lowest fees, the lowest interest rates. Give John a call, 303-882-6679, 303-882-6679. You know, if you were at my house, you'd see a beautiful steel building that I've had for about 6 years. Great Western Buildings built it or erected it 6 years ago. I absolutely love it. I have it insulated. We keep our RV and our tractor and our bikes and everything in there. And they have the best pricing. They also own the factory. Don't go to these other national companies that aren't even in the state. These guys employ close to 200 people right here in Colorado. Everything's built here, shipped here. You're going to love the company. Anything from a carport to a massive, massive practice facility for an NFL team. They do it all and everything in between. Very transparent as well. You're going to love them. Check them out at greatwesternbuildings.com. Drop the show's name, get an extra percentage off. Okay, now I got one more to do. And that is become the banker. Actually, what I call them is mymoneymyway.com. Joe and Jordan have such a wonderful, and I mean wonderful, annuity. If you're getting close to retirement and want to talk about a guaranteed paycheck till the day you die, you could never outlive this guaranteed money. You need to call them. It also has a long-term care rider with it, meaning that paycheck you're guaranteed for life until you die doubles if you meet certain requirements and need long-term care. But please call for all the details. You're going to love these guys. They're financial advisors. I want you to go to mymoneymyway.com. That's mymoneymyway.com. I started with CMG. No problem. I got all three. All right, brother, I am out of here. I'm going to the dentist.
Good riddance.
Good riddance.
The original Jake from State Farm was an actual State Farm employee.
Talib said it was a white dude. I just don't remember that far
back.
back.
The original one where the girl comes down the stairs and the husband's on the phone in the middle of the night, white dude.
Oh, that was a white dude.
It was just a one-off ad campaign that went viral.
And then they changed him to a black dude.
So then when they wanted an actual actor to portray Jake moving forward, they picked the black guy.
I did not know that.
Yep. Yeah, and the original ad campaign was a State Farm employee named Jake.
And then it turned black?
And, well, when they wanted to expound on the campaign, then they wanted to hire an actual actor. So that's when they got the black guy.
Okay, so, I don't get it.
Yeah, I will.
That's why it's not that. Yeah, because they skim off the fat. And it's that. That's cream in your coffee. So, you know, like I said, I did see that there's some, you know, if you were to examine it under a microscope, there's some molecular. Yeah, that's the part that makes me feel better. Thanks.
What are the chances of me transitioning to a black woman? I wonder if it would work.
You should ask AI.
You know,
Flavor and mouthfeel. Yeah, and that butter, of course, is made of
Retruitide.
the agitated. And I've made my own drink. Yeah, really? Yeah, from both cream and.
Do you like ghee?
No, I don't like it. It's the flavor that I want. I mean,
Do you like? Have you ever had bulletproof coffee? You know, I thought Bulletproof was made up by Air One out in California, that supermarket chain. But then I find out everyone has a version of and it has to do with fat, you know, like butter.
You have longer things than I do.
Some coconut oil or something, and I don't know.
Yes, everything on
Yes.
me is longer than anything on you.
Coconut oil just has less concentrated MCT.
Whatever.
So I use coconut oil. I mean, I never bought a lot of MCT.
I have MCT, which on the thing it says coconut oil, and it's MCT.
Yeah, coconut oil is very rich.
Yeah.
I don't think they're the same thing. I think
Maybe coconuts refined into MCT.
Yeah, it's more the MCT and MCT. A bottle of MCT is more concentrated out of coconut. You still get a lot of MCT in it. So you basically. And you know, protein outweighs the fat. Because it's very difficult to get more fat.
Spell what? Spell it, Tom. What are they talking about?
Very fortunate that
Talib, I don't know what you mean. Spell
Local
it.
fiduciary advisors, TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Dr. Joel's with us from DenverRegen.com. People are talking about stem cell therapy, asking some basic questions. And they wanted to know what I had done when it came to my back. And I don't know what I had done. I just know that I had a painful L4, L5. Okay, that was the main pain generator. And I assume that's what they attacked. Although they said they were doing general lower back. And like I said, I had immediate relief. Well, not immediate. 2 or 3 weeks later, I started feeling, it was subsiding a bit. And that constant leg pain got better. And then about 3 months later, I was really feeling great. And that's when I was talking to my surgeon, and I was thinking, what happened? And he said, well, you're still looking the same. And your MRI, it looks the same. So I don't know what he didn't know what was going on. He just said, you're not feeling pain. And I said, no. So microscopically, something was going on. What do you find goes on with lower back, Joel, that was happening to me? Because I will tell you, I absolutely 100% believe in it because it really took away pain for me. And again, the reason I went ahead and had the surgery done is it was pre-approved by my Medicare and in my supplement. Also, St. A's approved it. At the time, it was St. A's. I think more hospitals are doing it now. And my surgeon was approved. And also, I had been in contact with the TOPS company, and it was Premia Spine. So I was going to go through with it because I wanted to get that damaged facet joint out of me, which they removed, and then they stemmed the opening with this implant. But enough on that. When when the physiology did not change that much, why did the pain go away? If you looked at an MRI, it was still there.
Right.
So why'd the pain go away?
Well, let me first start by
Microscopically.
clarifying, your situation specifically. So, remember when we talked about in the first place, we said that we should get a positive result with you. We don't know how much. We don't know what the result's going to be. You decided to go through with it anyway. We didn't promise you that.
No. You said you should get a positive result. And then the other doctor said, no matter what, it's not going to have any detrimental effect, no matter what.
So, with all of our patients, we tell them what what percentage we think they'll improve. Some will be, pain-free. We can predict that. Some will have about 50%. But
because
I to clarify that.
And because I knew you guys, I wasn't expecting you to give me any guarantees whatsoever. I said, look, I just want to do it. I need to get out of pain.
Right. And it worked for that purpose.
Right.
So to answer your question about what actually occurs, so the first thing that's going to happen is going to be a reduction in inflammation. So the reason that you feel the pain is because you have chronic inflammation coming from the degenerative arthritis. So it's chemical signals.
And it's pressing on nerves, right?
Well, not really. It's the chemical signals are switching on the pain receptors.
Okay,
so the chemicals that are coming from the mechanical rubbing of the arthritis, the signals are what causes the pain.
All right, hold on with that thought, and I'll come right back to you. Frank, you want to talk about a possible scam. What's going on, Frank?
It is a company that's in North Carolina that refers you to a plumber in your area that's 5-star, but they don't. And these people are set up from the get-go. If you go online and check them out, I'd appreciate it.
What's the name of the service?
The service is listed on Google as Plumbing Lakewood. The name of the company is actually Anywhere Router, and they're national, so you're going to see reviews nationally. But if you look at them, there's a lot in the Denver area.
Well, they're what's called a lead aggregator. What they do is they put up They put up a website to gather leads in a particular area, then they advertise it. How did you find them to begin with?
I called the guys I usually use, and I am a firm believer in your referral list.
Yes.
I've used XL Roofing, and the attorney that I used was in, I don't even remember his name for my will.
Yeah.
But I've always had great luck. This was a backup, and I was in a hurry, and I called the company I usually used. They kept me on for the next morning because they didn't have anything that day, and I'm old and in a hurry and cranky. And Anyway,
So you called a company. You called a company for what? What did you want them to do?
Yeah, mainline clean.
Okay, got it. And what? So was it clogged up when you called?
Yes.
Okay, so what happened then?
They upsell you immediately.
That initial call, though, how did you know who to call on that very initial call? Did you Google them?
I Googled, unfortunately.
Okay, got it.
Did Frank say that he called Anywhere Router? Does that ring a bell from the past few weeks?
I think
No, I didn't call. Oh, yes. It is Anywhere Router that I did call, but it went through the call center, for, the people that send referrals out to people that don't know plumbing.
And what's the company that they actually sent out? Now, Tom, the reason I bring up Anywhere Router is you may recall we've had a complaint that we've been working against them for the last couple of weeks.
Oh, my.
For alleged failure to honor a warranty on some heater that blew a gasket in a guy's condo. Remember that?
Yeah. Yes, for sure.
It's kind of odd that
out any of their
Frank.
ratings are absolutely wild.
So it's kind of interesting that Anywhere Router, the national company, would direct his call.
I don't even think it was a national company. I just think it's all a bunch of lead aggregation. I just think they buy search terms and they buy pay-per-clicks and then they dole them out. That's what I think. I don't think it's some well-organized company. So when you Googled for plumbing help and found a company for a clogged drain, what was the name of that company?
The first one I called was Mr. Rooter, and I've used them in the past. I live in a house with a lot of trees. It's 60 years old.
So when you Googled for plumbing, Mr. Rooter came up?
Yes. Well, that was the first one on the list, and I'd used them before, but they didn't have anything available.
And so then what did you do?
I called 5 companies total, the last one being what I thought was Plumbing Lakewood, which I thought was odd, but I thought maybe the name was taken, so they went this route. And it goes to North Carolina.
Okay, so you found a company in North Carolina. Did they tell you they were in North Carolina?
No, I just noticed that on my phone after the fact, and they.
We got to take a break, buddy.
All right, let me take this break. I want to figure out, so people don't fall for this, I want to figure out exactly what happened and if we can track them down right after this.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver. Denver's talk station. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Now, impact traffic.
Traffic is light and moving well throughout the Denver metro area. No delays along I-25 in downtown, the Denver Tech Center, or Thornton and North Glen. Eastbound and westbound I-70 both look good, with the exception of some slowing on eastbound I-70 between Tower and Colfax. There is an accident at Pecos, southbound at 84th Avenue, and an accident on Denver West Colorado Mills, right around 7th Avenue. With traffic, I'm Dave O'Brien.
This report is sponsored by Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Saphier.
Your health deserves facts and not fear. Join me, Dr. Nicole Saphier, on Wellness Unmasked as we break down the latest health and wellness news and headlines, what matters, what doesn't, and what you need to know. Listen and subscribe to Wellness Unmasked on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, I want you to go to Joe Lazara if you ever have a criminal accusation of any kind, whether it's traffic related or a DUI or a fight with a neighbor or some verbal altercation, whatever it is, call Joe first. He'll be the first one to tell you what to do. There'll be no charge for that initial call. You can talk as long as you want. Now, if you decide to hire Joe, it will be on a flat rate basis that you'll know up front. Call him 303-429-6200. That's Joe Lazara, Lazzara, LazzaraLegal.com. And that's Joseph A. Lazara at referralist.com as well. This one guy that hates Mark, I'm pretty sure he used to be on the referral list.
Oh.
I'm going to give Mark the information. Oh, Mark left. Mm-hmm. Did Mark leave?
Yep.
He was directed to, what did he say the name was? Blue Sky? No. What did he say it was?
I can't follow him. He's named like 4.
I know.
To start again.
I know. I don't know what he was saying either.
You just need to know the name of the company he's got a problem with. Not all the other ones that couldn't help him.
Googled for help with a clogged drain. It's amazing how many people it was directed to whatever it was. Anywhere Rooter got a water. Let's see. What was the name of the company? Mark's still there? No. Let's see if he's still there. No, Mark's gone. Okay. You know, Joel.
Yep.
There were parts of my head that had, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Just filled in.
Yeah. It worked really well for you.
K-How.
You must have had symptoms.
Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino here, and Major Marc Mager took off. So it's just us chickens. And that means I'm not going to read any negative stuff when you're not here to defend yourself. And I don't know why that guy hates Mark so much. There's two of them. One is Monty, and the other, I don't know his name. I just know his company. And I don't want to give out his company because, you know, it's neither here nor there. I don't want to attack the guy's company. So I am listening to a story, and the bottom line is, Frank said, he Googled for drain. Bottom line, he Googled for help with a clogged drain. He was directed to a company here in Colorado by a company in North Carolina. What's the name of the company in Colorado that you were directed to?
It is Anywhere Router, and I think Mark's right. You probably are already working on it because
Anywhere Router. Okay. Now, what did Anywhere Router? Let's get right to that. What did they do wrong?
Well, first of all, they show up. They have you sign the tablet, and
I know
hooked
that's
right
the
then.
new that's the new thing right now. People signing tablets. So what happened then?
He failed at doing the job. He snaked it, but his first thing was upselling me to an $1,849, which I think is
What?
ridiculous.
Wait.
Hydrojet.
A hydrojet for $1,800?
Yes, and my sewer line is literally like 45 feet long with nothing in between.
But
no
you
sidewalk.
agreed to it.
So no, I didn't. I didn't agree to the hydro. So he snaked it.
Oh.
His snake machine had a thing on the front of the cable that looked like
Didn't he just
silver
say
dollars.
he was talked into paying $1,800? Didn't he just say that, or am I dreaming?
He said he was upsold to $1,800.
No, here's what I need to know: were you sold an $1,800 water jetting solution?
Thank God, no. I got off much cheaper than that. But
How
if
much?
you read their reviews,
How much total did you pay them?
It's embarrassing, but $139. So
Okay,
I don't know why
that's
I was
that's
so
fine.
upset, but
So the $139 drain cleaning, and then what happened?
Well, it was useless. He failed, and then he told me my line was collapsed, and then he left. He was here for like over an hour. I waited for 5.5 hours for the guy.
All right.
That was supposed to be here.
The guy
in like,
came out, Anywhere Router came out, charged you $139 and never cleared the drain. Is that it?
Correct.
So
That's it, but
why
then
do you call this a
story
scam?
goes on.
Why? Okay, tell me where it gets interesting. The story goes on. Tell me about it. I want to get to the most interesting part because so far I simply hear a plumber who did a bad job.
Yes, he did. But the best part of that is the next day, in 15 minutes, Mr. Reuter, and I'm not endorsing them or anything, but did it in 15 minutes.
So the next day, how did you find Mr. Reuter the next day?
Because I had used them before. Well, I was actually on their list because I had called them first, and they said they would keep me on the list in case I didn't find anybody that night or that Friday.
Okay, so you called Mr. Reuter, and they fixed it
instantly. Yes.
Okay, good. How much did that cost? How much did that cost you?
Oh, that's the best part, $95. And I tipped the guy a meager amount, but still.
All right, so far, this is not too complicated. You hired a company, Anywhere Reuter, that did a piss poor job, and then you hired another company after that did it right. So what are you calling about today?
To stop them from ripping people off because I guess they're targeting, from what I read, older people, but they're ripping everybody off for huge amounts of money. The lady right before me, the story the tech told me was he talked her into the Hydrojet, which failed, broke her toilet, which they replaced.
I do appreciate you calling us and telling us, but I'm not sure what I can do about it. I mean, just put out the word.
Somebody, or if you could just, can somebody check their license and I don't think these people are legit at
Anywhere
all.
Reuter, I'll ask Deputy D to look into them.
Yes, please.
We have looked into them?
Yeah, not their licensing status, because that varies from one jurisdiction to another, wherever they're doing work. There is no state licensing requirement for plumbers, from what I can see. I mean, I may be wrong, but I haven't been able to find that. So, Frank, I'm not sure what you want us specifically to look into. We're not just going to go digging for dirt or, on Anywhere Reuter.
Well, although I will say, though, it's a good warning. It's a good warning. And that is, first of all,
I've gotten that much out because I'm on the radio. But if you guys could look into it and do it, because they are very unscrupulous, they're very rude. The owner is just, like, tough luck. You are,
I got it.
To it.
Okay, you got the word out, and I appreciate it. Anywhere Reuter, $139 could not do the job, and he wants everyone to know. We got more coming right up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Happy Monday, folks. It's a pretty calm drive throughout the Denver Metro. No complaints on I-25 north and southbound through the greater Denver area, as well as up north into Fort Collins and down south through Castle Rock to Colorado Springs. I-70 east and westbound flowing free to and from DIA just east of Pena Boulevard. Some stop and go through ongoing road construction on I-70 eastbound. Looks like it's at its worst around Tower Road. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Saphier.
Your health deserves facts and not fear. Join me, Dr. Nicole Saphier, on Wellness Unmasked as we break down the latest health and wellness news and headlines. What matters, what doesn't, and what you need to know. Listen and subscribe to Wellness Unmasked on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
U.S. Mortgages is a company I fully believe in, and I know Mark Szymanski, the owner. Not Mark. Mark is with the Genesis. They're not related. David Szymanski is a guy that owns usmloan.com, U.S. Mortgages. And right now they're offering a 4.99% or below on a 5-year fixed. That's a great rate. And if rates go down, they even refinance you out of it at any time. That is no lender fees, no appraisals, whenever rates go down by as little as 1/2%. So you become part of the lowest rate for life program. That's usmloan.com, 303 low rate. Call them. Find out about their other loan programs as well. 303 low rate. Now, if you want to be a landlord, you may say, what? Well, actually, there is a way to be a landlord and do it with a profitable end result. Vestera Turnkey, they help you become a landlord in a market that is really strong and it's outside of Colorado, and they help you rent it out with a management company and manage it and then ultimately sell it. All you have to do is call them at VesteraTurnkey.com, VESTERRA, VesteraTurnkey.com, 303-888-3788. All right, all right, all right. So, what is he? What did he say he was calling about? Is it that they?
Oh, the About Anywhere router?
Yeah.
He wanted us to kind of dig into them and, find more dirt on them. And I heard you say before, we don't go digging for dirt.
Not out of the blue.
Yeah, that was your reference.
Right. We dig for dirt if we have a
on the Joe Pag Show tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here. All right, well, basically, Frank did what we call drop a dime on a company. That means you know about a company you want to let us know about, and we put it into our data bank. We also look to see if we've had other problems, and we keep an eye out. He Googled for help with a clogged drain. He was directed to Anywhere Router by a company in North Carolina, and then he paid $139 for a drain cleaning. They did not fix the problem. It's that easy. So the next day, he called Mr. Router, and they fixed it for $95. So shopping accomplished exactly what it was supposed to accomplish, except he did end up making that $139 bad purchase. And I think he ought to try to get his $139 back, even through small claims court if he has to. There are so many companies that do bad work. And unfortunately, many of them have Router in the name. I'm serious, okay? They have Router in the name. It's just the way it is. I went back and looked on my data bank, and you would not believe the number of negative experiences people had with Router. Now, especially Anywhere Router. We did have a problem with Anywhere Router before, and somebody reported them to the Department of Regulatory Agencies. Just beware of companies with Router in the name, and don't sign up for anything until you check them out.
Look, your body's unique, so why settle for a one-size-fits-all wellness plan?
I gotta go to the old database and look them up.
Joe, you offer exosome treatments, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds like a miraculous.
Yeah.
bit of a difference.
Hoping for the later.
Martino 10 to 2, Michael Brown Reloaded from 2 to 4, and Dan Kaplis 4 to 6.
What better way to start the new year?
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, and I welcome you to the show. Thank you for being here. Get your lowest price, guaranteed, the lowest price on a furnace replacement. RenewHomeInnovations.com. That's plural, RenewHomeInnovations.com. Or 303-904-2000. No matter what the brand, they'll get you the best price. How about that? RenewHomeInnovations.com. 303-862-5554. No, I'm sorry. No, that's I'm an idiot here. RenewHomeInnovations.com is actually 303-904-2000. That's 303-904-2000 for the guaranteed lowest price. They say, Tom, you can do water heaters as well in the mix. The lowest price is 303-904-2000, RenewHomeInnovations.com. So we've been talking about health in general with exosomes being a regenerative fluid and exosomes being given through IV hydration. It's one of the many growth factors that can be combined to do healthy cocktails, and it's part of peptide therapy. What are peptides, Joel? Somebody is asking because you said it's a wave of the future. What are peptides?
So let me see how I can explain it so people understand. So most people understand what a protein is. And a protein's a sequence of individual amino acids, over 200 amino acids long.
Form a protein.
So a peptide is a short protein, basically. It's less than 200 amino acids long. And what has been recently discovered is that the human body functions primarily using peptides as signaling molecules to do certain things. So,
like what?
Like growth hormone, for example. Growth hormone is produced by growth hormone stimulating peptides, which in your body come from your adrenal glands. And what peptides, so we can mimic them, so we can make a peptide that's similar to what your body produces in terms of the sequence of amino acids, and you can use that. Now, the sequence might be changed a little bit from what your body does naturally to be more potent, and so that it'll cause the target organ to produce more of something than it otherwise would. So, let's use...
Can that be dangerous?
Not as dangerous as using a drug, as using something exogenous. If theoretically, everything has its risks, but I think as far as peptides are concerned, they're as safe as you can get because it's not a unique molecule that's created in a laboratory. It's just a sequence of amino acids that's been put together in a certain order to produce a result in your body. So it's naturally occurring chemicals that we use in your body that your body would produce. Otherwise, we might alter, a laboratory might alter the sequence.
Get a camera on us. You were not being seen during that whole exchange. Don't worry, he's not that handsome. 303-713-TALK. Now
I got a face made for radio, Tom?
A face. And by the way, if you are just tuning in, it's Dr. Joel. He's from DenverRegen.com. And he's talking about peptides, which are the semaglutide and the tirzepatide. Are they peptides?
Yes, they are.
So they're not hormones.
Well, it depends how you define hormone. Like a hormone is a chemical that acts on a target organ to produce that organ to produce something, whether, whatever the case may be. Some hormones, like steroid hormones, like testosterone, are not amino acid sequence. They're a specific type of molecule. It's like a fat-based molecule. But peptides can act as hormones, with that definition being that a hormone is a chemical that acts on a target organ to have that organ either decrease or increase the production of something else.
All right. And how many, like in your practice at Denver Regen, do you use a lot of peptides or just the ones we've talked about for weight loss?
We use a lot of them. So obviously the GLP-1s are going to be the most popular. The growth hormone stimulating peptides are becoming more popular, and we're seeing more and more interest in that. And we have a good percentage of our patient base utilizing.
Now, somebody wants to know, why do they need a prescription for some of these drugs and for others they don't?
If you're going to have a drug that's going to be monitored by a physician, that's going to be ordered from a compounding pharmacy, you have to have a prescription. Now, there's online retailers that sell these same products, and they put on the bottle for research purposes only, not for human consumption. People are able to buy them, and they use them at their own risk. You don't need a prescription for them. They are significantly less money, but you don't have the purity testing. You're not getting it from a pharmacy.
No.
You don't really know what you're getting, and you're also not under a physician's physician monitoring, which we do all of those things in our clinic.
Okay. Tom, The Pit is good TV. You were looking for good shows. They won last night for Best Drama and Best Actor in a Drama, which is Noah Wiley, who used to be on ER. And by the way, I know that The Pit, it's called, and it's spelled P-I-T-T for Pittsburgh. And they really, truly have come out of nowhere. And what I've noticed is whenever I asked someone if they watch medical dramas, when I was in the hospital last year, they all mentioned The Pit. They all loved it and mentioned The Pit. So we were talking, if you're wondering why we're talking about this, we were talking about medical dramas and also other shows that we should watch based on the awards. Some of the other ones were One Battle After Another. Another one called Hamnet. Another one, I've not seen any of these, Sentimental Value. Heated rivalry. It looked interesting. Frankenstein definitely looked interesting. Timothy Chalamet did Marty Supreme. I don't know what Pluribus is about. Now, Sinners, I was told is a vampire movie, and I didn't know that. So these are the latest shows that were on the award show last night, the Golden Globes, or as Snoop Dogg put it, Double G. If you want to get, are you going to get a double G tonight? So I invite your calls at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Let me go to the YouTube morons. I want to ask them something. Okay. On the YouTube morons, some of them were tuned into my live feed yesterday. I did on a Sunday, flying the helicopter. It was just a test. It wasn't meant to be, earth-shattering content, but it was pretty. It was nice. It was me flying the helicopter and my friend flying my helicopter. And it was full screen, horizontal, and I was experimenting on the audio. But I'd like you to check it out and see what you think and give me suggestions on how to make it better. I was thinking what I might do, since takeoff, some of the route, and landing seem to be some of the more interesting things. I might just do a break in the middle, a timeout, and then do a new feed when we approach the target or the destination. That's one thing I've been talking about. And then I'd like anyone to give me suggestions on what they would like to see really close up by a helicopter, and we'll try to do that. And then lastly, as I promised, I did not forget. I came down with cancer. I didn't forget it. I just put off a lot of my plans. I am going to take you got to be a YouTube moron to be eligible. I'm going to take YouTube morons for helicopter rides in my helicopter, free of charge, no obligation. So if you are interested, I believe Tim was making I think it was Tim who was making a list of the YouTube morons. And then what we'll do is we'll take several people out in a day and come back and land. So, and we'll have lunch at the hangar. It'll be fun. Tim, let me know it was you. I think you're the one that did if so, let him know, or whoever claims responsibility for the list. 303-713-8255. K&H Home Solutions, 65 years strong for windows, siding, doors, and more. Part of that more, painting, khwindows.com.
Gingrich Structures builds agricultural, commercial, and residential post-frame buildings designed to meet your needs. All built with superior craftsmanship and attention to every detail. From planning to completion, your local Gingrich Pro will guide you every step of the way, helping you create a custom post-frame building you can count on for years to come. Visit GingrichStructures.com to connect with your local Gingrich Pro and ask about the industry's only 5-year workmanship warranty. That's GingerICHStructures.com.
Hey, if you want to make sure your furnace runs smoothly all year, even add life and efficiency to it, it'll just cost you $39. That's for anyone who hasn't had it done. And a lot of people have not had it done. So call my friends at Fix It 24/7, and they will do a complete refurbishment, taking it apart, cleaning every nook and cranny, putting it all back together with an extreme clean, tune, and check. They truly do it. It's not just a saying. And for $39, you will not believe the level of service. FixMyHome.com. Book now. When you do book, you're in the running for 2 playoff tickets. That's right. From Fix It 24/7, FixMyHome.com. Book now.
Become the banker. Actually,
what is September 4th Freeway Forward? What the hell is that? Why did I write that down? Anyway.
Oh, we had a call about Freeway Ford last week.
Yeah. Oh, I had to look up the previous. Okay, so somebody wants to know, is there a faster way to get your body to recognize testosterone receptors after prostate cancer? I'm not sure what they're asking.
I mean, you have testosterone receptors in other parts of your body, and the testosterone's not causing you to produce more testosterone. So there should be no change in your testosterone receptors after prostate cancer.
Yeah, so I don't even understand what that means. Let me turn that up. You guys. Yeah, I'm going to cut down just a little on my working out. I got to listen to my body. I thought it would just be better. You know, it's not. Just so you know, and I don't want to take your money, so I'm not going to bet you, but it's not semaglutide. It's not. I asked my AI, and it says that Joel is wrong. Well, it didn't really say that.
About what? About what you think?
Semaglutide, whatever you say.
Mm-hmm.
You say bullshit.
What was the question?
How do you pronounce it?
Oh, you know, I think it's one of those things where it depends what part of the country you're from.
I've never heard anyone. Have you ever heard anyone? Hey, have you ever heard anyone pronounce it semaglutide?
Yes.
Oh, bullshit. Oh.
Major.
Yeah. Well, that's because he hears him, and he's his doctor, and he went to the clinic.
Well, actually,
Mark, do you want semaglutide? Semaglutide. All right. I'm just going to.
I have an alternative explanation.
Insurance, tomato.
It's tough being from New Jersey.
Semaglutide. Here we go. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's hear this, baby.
Delicious meals that are never.
Oh, it's going to make me wait. Come on.
It's like home cooking. You're looking at how to pronounce this word as well as how to say more interesting and often confusing words and names too.
See, that doesn't even sound right.
Hold on.
How do you say it? Semaglutide.
Semaglutide, not semaglutide. Semaglutide. Thank you, YouTube morons who don't know anything. Hey, I was unable to get on, for some reason, Discord. I tried to get on. Semaglutide.
Trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
All right. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Do you all know about custom chats, GPTs? Now, a lot of people feel when they do a project and put their conversations about a particular topic in the project folder, that it's creating customized chats. Well, it's not really, but it does learn from your previous conversations, but not in the way you really want it to. So I'm sure that so many people from my searching do not know the real beauty of using artificial intelligence at its optimum strength. And here's what it is. You can really invent for yourself a customized chat. Some people call them customized bots. Most people in the biz here call it custom GPTs. Now, Grok does not do a custom GPT or a custom chat, but Gemini does. Gemini will do a custom chat. So what is a custom chat? Well, let me give you an example. I am a 72-year-old cancer survivor, pancreatic cancer, with a certain history of blood testing going back 3 to 5 years, and supplements going back 3 to 5 years, and a whole bunch of information like my back problem and all of the stuff I've done over the past 5 years. And if you go to a chat, you can upload this information as a reference doc. It's a reference document, and it lives inside the chat. Without getting too technical, basically you create a chat. It gives you a number of windows. One is for the title. What do you want it to be? I chose the name My Health Bot. Okay. The next one is you choose the short description. My Health Bot assists me in making decisions on supplements, working out, and medications, as well as general health issues, blah, blah, blah. After that, you give it core instructions and you refer to master documents that you upload. The master documents become your database. Your core instructions tell the chat how to interact with those customized data points. Hold on, and I'll talk more. Doug, welcome. What's going on, Doug?
Oh, good morning, Tom. Yeah, I got a question for you. My brother went to one of those lunches and dinners where they, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Where they,
we all love dogs, by the way. We all love dogs. In fact, Joel has a little puppy, a little French bulldog he took to the show one day. What kind of dog is that barking?
He is a puggle.
A what?
A mixture of puggle, a mixture of pug and beagle.
Oh my God. A pug and a beagle.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
So what is your question? Tell me what you're talking about now.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of a company called Massa? M-A-S-A.
I've heard of Massa, but I don't think it's the one you're referring to. So because Massa was an auto glass place, and I don't know if they're still around. They're not around.
No, that company had 2 S's in their name.
Yeah,
and they sold that, I believe, to Ken Carroll Auto Glass in the mid '90s, and then Mike Massa opened an a very successful auto pawn business on West Colfax that closed a few years ago.
Wow, you know a lot. Anyway, tell me, is Massa called Massa Medical, or is it something different?
Yeah.
It is Massa Medical.
It's Massa Emergency Shield Plus. And what it is an ambulance service. You pay, I've got a listing here of how much you pay for a program, and they have different levels. The cheapest one is $1,099.
So it's a membership. It's a membership.
Yes.
So it's a membership. It says, here's the big picture of what Massa offers its members. Membership benefits below are not available on all plans. Okay, so here's what you get as a member. You get emergency ground ambulance transportation, emergency air ambulance transportation, and hospital to hospital transportation, private room upgrades, post-admission continued care transportation, and repatriation. I don't know what that means.
Repatriation.
Oh, that's what it is. Thank you. Repatriation to hospital near your home. So also minor return transportation, grandchildren and great-grandchildren protection, extended hospital stay expense protection. I mean, it goes on and on and on. I can't read it all. I mean, there is there are a slew of benefits. So what is your question for us? I'd have to do research into this.
Okay, that's probably what I need to do.
It's been around. They say it's been around for 50 years. Again, I don't know what it is yet. I'm really trying. It says the high cost of emergency medical transportation results in unexpected expenses for many families. MASA protects its members, stepping in where health coverage may fall short. Well, we've had plenty of cases here, D, where people could not afford to pay the helicopter bill or the emergency transportation of an organ or something like that. And they had these membership plans. Well, no, excuse me. They did not have these membership plans that I knew of. But here's what it is. John Doe can be a single plan for $63, a family plan for $80 a month. Anyway, did you buy this plan?
No, my brother's thinking about buying into it because he does a lot of traveling, and they say that this provides coverage even if you're in another country. And what they do is, if you have to be transported by an aircraft or a helicopter, they will pay for it afterwards. After you've paid for it, they'll reimburse you.
Well,
and I just wondered, is it a good deal?
Well, I have no idea. This is the first that I've looked at it. Really and truly, it's the first time I've looked at it. I don't. Yeah, I want to know when will people actually use this damn thing? If you think about it, if you're paying $80 a month, when do you benefit from this?
Well, it's a lot more than $80 a month.
No, how much? Wait a minute. Wait, what do you mean it's a lot more? The most expensive plan I'm seeing here is $80 a month. What are you referring to?
They've got a lifetime family, starts at total $6,099, and you got a 5-year if you're single. That's $28.99.
Right,
and that sells for $110 a month.
Okay. But once you reach that lifetime amount, you don't pay anymore, right?
That's correct. That's what he was told.
Okay, I really need to look into this further, and I'm going to ask Deputy D to look into it as well. We can both look into it. Are you thinking about signing up?
No, not myself. I've got, I don't plan on riding any ambulance anytime soon. But since he does a lot of world traveling, he was thinking that it might save him money in the long run because his insurance doesn't cover a cost of an ambulance if he's out of the country or even if he's out of the state, depending on where
they
he is.
say if you get a lifetime option, and by the way, I'm not recommending it. This is the first I've ever heard of it. They say it's valid for the rest of your life. It will do an attorney search, emergency message relay center, whatever the hell that means. It'll repay for foreign currency, emergency transportation. It has a nurse helpline. It's got a physician search. I mean, where are we going with this? Your brother said, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. And you said you'd look into it?
Yeah. I told him I'd check into it, see if anybody else knows anything about it. And you're the best one to talk to.
Well,
because you're
apparently right now, though, I'll confess my ignorance on this. I will tell you that emergency transportation is a problem area, but I've never heard of people being turned down for it, is what I'm saying. Is that
right?
And with medical bills, the reason they do a lot of repricing, why do you think medical bills like these flights and all of this do rebilling or repricing? Why do you think they do it? Because all someone has to do is declare a bankruptcy. That's all they have to do. And they're, I mean, so in other words, it says it brings peace of mind, but I actually don't feel any stress about this. Do you, D? I don't feel any stress. Joel Cherdak with DenverRegen.com. Can you think of times when emergency transportation would be withheld? I can't think of any. I mean, and if the bill gets too high, I mean, you don't pay it.
No, yeah, that's the only thing I've ever seen happen is there's a huge bill and somebody has to deal with it, figuring out how to pay it.
Now, it does come with a phone app. It does have some membership. You got to sign up for it. I don't know, man. This sounds weird to me. It just sounds.
Yeah, that's the way it sounded to me too.
I mean, I've just never heard of it before. I would love to hear from one person who has this. How many rides do people take in their lifetime for an ambulance or for a helicopter emergency medical team or for transportation of organs? They're so rare.
Tom, I've been reading their Yelp reviews.
Okay, what have you said?
Combined have a very low rating. And
they have a low rating.
They have a very low rating on Yelp. And most of the complaints that I've read, and it's been just a few pages so far, but these posters are complaining about how hard it is to get out of the contract. Like their request to cancel this service or policy or whatever it is. It's on auto pay and they're having a difficult time getting out of it. So I have yet to see anything that says they refuse to pay for a helicopter ride. But, the one thing that concerns me is how they sell the service. Apparently, according to a bunch of these posts, they have these lunchtime presentations, kind of like, to me, that sounds kind of like the way that those timeshares.
Now, Mike has a comment. I want to go to that one. Maybe he has experience.
After the break.
Oh, okay. Mike, please hang on. I want to hear your comment right after this.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver. An iHeart radio station. Ryan Schuling, Tom Martino, Michael Brown Reloaded, and Dan Kaplis. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. Now, impact traffic.
Quiet driving throughout the Denver Metro for the 1 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town, as well as up north into Fort Collins and down south through Colorado Springs. I-70 east and westbound flowing free to and from DIA. No complaints out west into the high country. Back to town on the south end. I-225 north and southbound. Easy driving through Aurora and the Tech Center. And to Boulder, Highway 36 east and westbound flowing free as well. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by The Truth with Lisa Booth.
Crime, chaos, and consequences. I'm Lisa Booth, and this week law enforcement analyst Paul Morrow talks Maduro's arrest and Senator Marsha Blackburn breaks down her push to deport and denaturalize the Minnesota fraudsters. Listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you hear podcasts.
I love companies that have heritage and value and do the things right. Like if you need siding, fascia, windows, doors, they have it all at Gravina's. 303 Gravina. That's 303 Gravina. Nick and his team, Nick took over for his dad, Larry. Larry took over for his dad. They're on 950 West Evans. They've been in business more than 60 years. And if you want quality products with a quality company, you want 303 Gravina or gravinas.com. That's gravinas.com. Man, All right. We got a comment on Massa. So you're saying a lot of them are wrong, right? I mean, a lot of them are pissed off.
Yeah, it's got like a 1.2 rating.
sick while away from home, expense protection. I mean, all of this shit is unbelievable. Cruise ship return transportation. I mean, it goes on and on. They don't give any details of any of these services. I just put it in there. I said, tell me everything you know about this. Comprehensive. Air ambulance, 69 grand. No waiting periods. Want me to put your name down here?
Guaranteed growth at mymoneymyway.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Wave 8 Wealth Management is something I did because I wanted to help people grow their nest egg, keep it safe, and really take a direct role in their lifestyle and in their investing and in their growth. And here's the deal. Most advisors don't do that. They don't. They literally take your money, place it with a big advisor, and collect a middleman fee. We can do something that no one else will do, and that is this. We can take a virtual amount of money and test it and do what we recommend for you in this virtual account and see exactly what the return is now and what it would have been going back up to 5 and 10 years. There's no guesswork, and it's based on actual numbers. So we're not just telling you what we can do, we're showing you. And if it turns out you have a great plan, we'll let you know. Wave8capital.com, or just call us 303-771-HELP, 771-4357. All right, let's talk to you about your this plan has a lot of weird weird plans. I mean, it's got like dozens, literally dozens and dozens of things that it supposedly covers with health insurance. So, Mike, what is your comment? Do you know about MASA?
Partially, Tom. There's two legs of MASA. I have the end-of-life transportation insurance where they will get my body home from anywhere in the world working with my local mortuary.
And what does that cost?
It was pretty reasonable.
What does it cost?
I don't remember. I probably bought it doing a pre-plan with my mortuary about 10 years ago, but it was reasonable. It was a one-time fee.
It's a one-time fee, and they're still in business. So if you and how do people know you have it to use it?
I've got a card, and there's a phone number on there as well as the phone number to my local mortuary who they will work in concert with.
Okay, but so far, obviously, there's no way to know if it's going to be around when you need it. It's,
Correct, like any other insurance company. But I wanted to talk about the transportation company.
Okay.
The minimum helicopter ride, even around town here, is going to be $50,000.
Okay.
If you walk into an ER with stroke symptoms and they are not a stroke center, their default is to fly you by helicopter to one of the hospitals that are a stroke center.
Okay. And then what?
Well,
and then you're charged. So what if you don't have the coverage? Do they look at the coverage first, or what do they do?
I have no idea, but so that's one use case. Another is a really bad auto accident where you're a trauma victim. They would probably fly you to the hospital, or maybe fly you off of a ski slope. So that's, if you do have the insurance, those might be use cases, but it's very expensive.
Okay.
And MASA is hounding me once a month with these lunch offers that I have never taken advantage of because I have partial insurance through my Medicare plan.
Okay. And what does that look like, the partial insurance?
It's co-insurance. I think it's I pay 20%.
We ought to get on some people about this, especially you if you've had it, along with Integra, to find out if they know about this. Because really, it's a very, very specific type of coverage only for transportation, right? That's it. Only for transportation.
Correct. And an ambulance is a minimum $1,000 in town.
Well, sure. But most health insurance will pay for an ambulance.
A portion thereof.
Yeah, but I have never heard of people being billed and paying out of their pockets for an ambulance. Have you? I have never heard of that. I know they're billed, but I've never heard of anyone paying for it. But it is a good topic. What happens to the unpaid part of the bill? As far as I know, the No Surprises Act, if they don't tell you ahead of time, they can't charge you for it. I mean, we need, you know what, Kachina, I want to mark this to get, I don't know who we have on tomorrow, but I'd love to get at least a segment with Integra Insurance to talk about it. I really would like to know about the the crushing expenses of transportation. And if somebody needs it, what happens? And if they've ever heard of people being collected on, because I've never heard that before. I've heard of people being billed, but never collected on. So,
but Tom, I can't imagine being in the back of an ambulance and the paramedic, instead of treating me, sitting there writing out an estimate to hand to my friend or spouse.
no, I understand that. I'm not sure that that's not what I'm talking about. But I'm saying that I don't believe, I'm going to look it up, but I don't believe people have ever been billed and paid for their emergency transportation. Now, I know that insurance pays something. Like you said, you have some paltry insurance that'll pay something. We never really look at it. That's why I want to have Integra Insurance on to talk about it. I think they would be a good topic. I'm writing that down to get them on. 303.
Yep, I'll get them on
Thank
tomorrow.
you. 303-713-8255.
Now, impact traffic.
Quiet driving throughout the Denver Metro for the 1 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town, as well as up north into Fort Collins and down south through Colorado Springs. I-70 east and westbound flowing free to and from DIA. No complaints out west into the high country. Back to town on the south end. I-225 north and southbound. Easy driving through Aurora and the Tech Center. And to Boulder, Highway 36 east and westbound flowing free as well. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
The headlines are serious and the stakes are real. Join me on the Tudor Dixon Podcast as we break down the fallout from the ICE shooting in Minnesota, what happens next in Venezuela, and how fast New York City could crumble with Mamdani in charge. Listen and subscribe to the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, if you want to have a bathroom done by a company that guarantees the best value, then you want what Mark and Suze are using right now, discountbath.com. Discount Bath says it all. You don't normally hear those words combined. Discount Bath has the best value in bathroom remodeling, and they are so confident they don't even have to come out to your home to give you a price. If you go to discountbath.com and you put some basic information in there, they supply you a link, and that's where you upload video from your smartphone. So walk around the bathroom area. I want a double vanity here. I want to move this toilet. I want to walk-in shower here. I want to knock out this wall. I want to do this. I want to do that. They will help you come up with a plan and a price by simply uploading that video. And of course, they'll always come out and visit when appropriate. 720-999-2322. Discountbath.com. Get started today.
Hey, Tom?
Yes.
I paid $5,000 for an ambulance.
Did your insurance or you?
We did. The insurance didn't cover it.
And what was it for?
So Haley, myself, and Adam got in a pretty serious car accident.
Yeah.
And we had to be basically ambulance from the scene of the crash into the hospital.
Yeah.
And about, I don't know, I'm going to say about 3 months after that happened, when we were all still recovering, because Adam had a couple broken hips, Haley had a concussion, I had a concussion, all the airbags went off. It was pretty bad. And we got a $5,000 bill, and we talked to our insurance company at the time, which was UC Health. Wait, no, that was the hospital. United Healthcare. And they basically said, we don't cover ambulance expenses. You're responsible for that.
Wow.
So just so you know, there are insurance companies out there that do that. They're still doing this, huh?
Got at least one more game.
Kind of a cool little deal.
People are so mean.
Yeah.
On their texting.
Fatal ice shooting in Minneapolis, and Polis considering a commutation for Tina Peters. Monday on Ryan Schuling Live.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. All right, so what are the steps? If you're looking for stem cell therapy, what are the steps? What do you need? Do you need imaging? What do you need? How do you start? Let's just talk about the down and dirty.
Okay.
So obviously you want imaging, no?
Yeah, well, the first thing to do is to go onto our website and just fill out the free consultation form.
Okay.
That takes, less than a minute to do. You'll receive a phone call within a couple hours at the most. Someone will get back to you by text and by phone. And then what we would request would be imaging of the area that you wanted to treat. But it's better to have a conversation with our patient coordinator first, because there might be no need for you to go get that. So, and also
they might have, that doesn't mean new imaging. I mean, if your back doesn't change that much, you can look at older imaging.
we try to keep it within 2 years.
Okay.
So if you have imaging that's been done within the past 2 years, that's a good start. If you have no imaging at all, that's not a problem because we can order that for you.
Do you order MRI or x-rays?
We can order both. It depends on what we need to look at, but I don't want to dissuade somebody who doesn't have imaging from contacting us.
So they contact you, you call them back. What do you tell them?
Well, we answer whatever questions they have.
Okay, so they think, hey, I want to go forward, but I need imaging. Then what?
Then either they'll have imaging that we'll get from them if it's been done in the past 2 years.
And if not,
then we'll order it for them.
And is it an MRI or is it x-ray?
Typically, we start with an x-ray.
Can you sometimes get enough out of an x-ray where you don't need an MRI?
Yes. If we're talking about degenerative arthritis, almost always we can find what we need on the x-ray, because when we're talking about degenerative arthritis, we're talking about the bones. And that's what you see on an x-ray. An MRI, you look at the soft tissue. So if we're talking about a ligament tear or a muscle tear or a soft tissue damage, then we need the MRI. But if we're talking about degenerative arthritis, which is more than 50% of what we treat, all we need is a simple x-ray.
All right. So once you get the imaging, next step, do you come up with a treatment plan?
The next step is for our physician, our MD, who's board certified, who does the injections, to review that and to make a determination as to whether or not it's an appropriate patient.
All right.
Then what the treatment plan will be.
So if they come up with the consultation, then you move forward for treatment.
Yes.
All right. By the way, we're out of time. Don't forget 303 Martino for help, information, and referrals. And we had today Denver Regen, as in regenerative, denverregen.com. Save all your problems for me.
All right, you're clear, buddy.
See you, bro.